Check-in is a live, topic-based stream where real people share real moments and the lessons that came with them. We pause, reflect, and check in with ourselves and each other. No pressure, no perfection, just presence.
Oh, sorry.
What was that? What was that? That music be hitting in the
It
beginning.
be hitting in the beginning, so I just be like, I be jamming, y'all. Sorry.
Listen, no, I like the one with us as the cartoons that doom 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 doom.
Yeah.
Hey, we
Hey, what's
already
going
got people
on?
in the building.
What's
Hey,
up,
Big
y'all?
Dice.
Hey,
Hey,
Big
NY
Dive.
Nikki.
Hey,
All right,
Nikki.
listen. We got the other executive producer in the building, Maybach Mel.
Hey,
All
Mel.
right.
Hey, Maybach. What's
So,
going on, y'all?
Toya, the topic for tonight, y'all, is spirit.
Spirit.
So, as usual,
Lord.
we always have to go into our week first, but we wanted you to take the opportunity to go within yourself and ask yourself, are you afraid of spirits? And how has spirit affected your life? Has it
Affecting
been
you how?
positive, negative? Do you have a story? Just any kind of way spirit impacted you. And also, what is a spirit?
What is
But
the
we're going to talk
spirit?
about that before. Well, we're going to talk about that after we talk about our week. So, how was your week, Toya? Like, what was going on?
Oh my goodness, y'all. What's up, y'all? First of all, make sure y'all follow. Y'all make sure y'all follow us and keep updated with everything we got going on. But y'all, my week has been crazy. Y'all know last Sunday, the last check-in, y'all seen me wiping my nose and shit like that. Excuse my language, y'all. Come to find out, y'all, your girl had the vid. Okay. So your girl had the vid from Sunday. Y'all just finally took a retested today, and I am vid free. So good for me, y'all. But your girl was down bad, y'all. I was down bad for like 3 days. You hear me? I was just really sick, y'all, and had the chills and everything like that. So not much was been going on with me this week, y'all. So yeah, again, your girl was down bad, but I am back. I believe I'm like 100. I'm on 95 to I'm close to 100% right now. Getting back better. So, and I appreciate everyone who checked in on me and just was sending me love. You know what I mean? At the time when I was sick. So that was my week was boring. What about you? That was a boring ass week.
Listen, I was on your TikTok, and y'all could go to her TikTok and her freaking YouTube. Honey, I was looking at those sweaty ass videos of you. I said, damn, she looks sweaty as shit. I was like,
Girl, I was done. I couldn't even get out of bed. I had to force myself out of bed. What? I was like, let me just make a TikTok or something, y'all. But make sure y'all do follow me on TikTok, y'all. Um, Auntie Toya Brands on TikTok or social media actually. But yeah, your girl was down bad, y'all. I
you
was
look
sleep.
like a sweaty.
Yeah, what? I was just taking mad medicine, nighttime medicine, because I was trying to sleep it away. You hear me? I ain't been to work in a week, about a week. Be back that week. Yeah,
Girl.
y'all.
All right.
What about
So
you? Go
my
ahead.
listen, so my week was hilarious.
Hilarious.
It was a hilarious week with a series full of stuff going on. So, the top of the week of me going to work, okay. I went to work, right? And y'all know I work in
Mm-hmm.
this seedy area in Wilmington. Like it's all kinds of people out there. Around the corner from my patient house is a whole halfway house with pedos and all these kind of people that's in there, right?
Pedos.
So yes, it's all kinds of offenders and stuff. It's a halfway house for offenders. So I'm kind of like my head is on the swivel at all times. Like, what? I don't know
Wow.
what's going to be going on. So I go to get out my car, right? And
Mm-hmm.
this guy is like, can I pick you up?
Pick you up?
and
How?
I'm looking around
Like lift you up?
like pick me up.
Lift you or
Yeah, yeah, like lift
off the
you up
ground? Okay.
off the ground. And I just was like, okay, I'm not even gonna try to work this or figure this. Let me just get to my destination. I don't have no time for that. I don't, bye. Let me get out of here because there's so many kind of people in that neighborhood. Let me just get to my patient house, get in the door and slam it. All right. So that was one day. That was one day. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to say what happened on Friday, which is another interesting day. It was just like a lot of
Oh.
comedic moments, right? So for all of you people that do alternative things to get your money, y'all
Ooh.
gotta be wise when you do alternative things for your money, right?
How
Um,
so?
so my patient's family does alternative things for their money, and they got ripped off.
Ooh.
They got ripped off like $400 ripped off
Wow.
with fake money.
Ooh. They don't be checking them bills, honey.
I was like, oh shit. I mean, that's not my situation, but I'm just sitting there like, oh, could you imagine losing that kind of money?
Wait, this was like actual cash money?
Cash money.
Wow.
Because, in the hood, they do all kinds of stuff like pull up stuff and, all that kind of stuff. So, anyway, and then on top of that, in this neighborhood, that was so crazy. One of the freaking neighbors, we showed you the what the F plate last week. He decided that he was going to make some seafood salad for the community, right?
What is
And
going on?
it's like
This
Wednesday.
person
He was
keep
like,
wanting to
"Listen,
cook.
don't
Go
don't
ahead.
bring no lunch. I'm gonna make seafood salad, right?" And then he disappeared. He disappeared. Like the next day, we didn't see him, and I'm like, "Damn, he didn't bring the seafood salad." It wasn't like I was gonna eat it because it probably would have looked like the what the fuck plate from last week.
Right.
I was like, okay, I'm good on that. And then the next day came and he was going. I'm like, damn, this nigga done disappeared. What happened? And so then
What
he
happened?
popped back up.
Hmm.
And then that's when the thing with the fake cash, I was like, okay, this week at this house has just been like comic relief for me. I mean, I don't mean to laugh at anybody misfortune, but damn, if you're gonna do some shit, do it right.
Right.
Do it right. Like
Hmm.
$400, like $400 going to the ATM.
$400?
Go imagine the embarrassment. You go to the freaking ATM and
And
the
they keep
ATM
spitting it
tell
out.
you it can't take it because it's fake money. No, the ATM will tell you that now on a
Really?
screen. I never knew that.
Me neither. I'm thank goodness I haven't had those issues. What?
Yes.
Fake money? That's crazy. That
Yes.
I'll tell you, when I'm at work and if I gotta collect cash or something and people give me hundreds, I will look at the hundred to make sure that is real or not. But if or like on the low, because I don't want the customer to see me doing it. But it's a way you could tell. You could look at the money. They just wasn't paying attention. I'm not just gonna take $400 bills and not like they was too hyped to get that money. But fake money is
Yeah.
crazy.
But Toya, you would have laughed, right? Because let me tell you how simple minded I am. The lady
Oh
was like, "Ooh, do
Lord.
you think this fake money?" I'm like, "No, I ain't touching that money." Cause I ain't want my fingerprints
Right,
on it. I'm like, you ain't get my fingerprints.
right,
But
right.
after it
Not
was
me.
all said and done, right? After it was all said and done, it was gonna throw the money out. I said, let me see it. And I touched it and it felt like
You
cardboard.
could
It felt like
come on
cardboard.
now. Come on now. Yeah, see, people be dealing with money for too
Oh,
long to get scammed like that, and it feel
yes.
like cardboard.
It felt like card the fuck board.
That's crazy.
What's up, Mel?
That's
What's up,
crazy.
ladies? What's up,
What's
ladies?
up?
What's up?
I'm glad you're doing well. You're feeling better. But Toya, I'm starting a
Huh?
GoFundMe. I already posted it on
Why?
IG. We are going to
Why?
work on your audio. Your mic is annoying. I don't know what you're using, but I'm starting to GoFundMe. Don't worry about it. It's all going to help you and your audio. That's all I came up here to say. Continue on, ladies. You're doing a great job. And
Well, you could have texted me that shit.
we happy
Come
Miss
here
You
trying to
should.
we
embarrass
happy
me and shit.
Auntie
Is it
Toya is
y'all?
feeling
Is
better.
y'all? Y'all? Is my audio sounding crazy? Because it sounds fine to me. I
Yes,
don't
It
know
it's
what
sound
got a
y'all
all
little
right
doing.
static.
now.
It's got a little static.
I
It's got
don't.
a little static. It's got a little bit. It ain't as bad like it usually is, but it's all right. But I started to go from me. But peace out.
He's so dumb. Bye.
Peace out, ladies. Peace out.
Why you?
Peace out.
Who opened the lines?
Peace out.
Uh,
Don't worry
Like
about.
that's what I'm
I'm
trying to figure
listen.
out.
I
Who
always got
opened
the
the daggone lines?
the executive producer
Why
always
does
got the
he? Why
line.
does he feel he needs to come up here and disrupt our show? That's what I'm trying to figure
Executive
bye,
out.
producer
Mel.
always
Bye,
got the
Mel,
line.
because he about to. I'm about to show him another side of me. Because you just gonna come over here and try to come out me like that. You could have wrote that in the chat or something. Don't come on here and say with
Executive
that.
producer always got the
Bye,
line.
Mel. Bye,
Bye,
Peace,
Mel.
Mel.
ladies.
Peace.
Peace.
Bye, Mel.
All right. So back to our show and no, your audio don't sound bad.
Thank you. That could have been in an email or something. Thank you, because he about to make me come at him crazy.
Look, Angie Baby. Smack said, wow, Angie Baby crying because you went on. Jay said, I'm screaming to you. That shit could have been in an email, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what? Why? What? Kids,
Angie
we're gonna
Baby
talk after the
said,
show.
petty boots.
You know what I'm
Kitty.
saying? Don't come on doing that again. Don't do that shit again.
Look, Toya just got off the vid. You don't want none.
Okay? The fuck?
So back to our topic. So the fake money thing, we just went past all of that, and I was just like, I'm done. But we should have. You know what? Since he talked about GoFundMe, I'm thinking like maybe I should have did a GoFundMe for that family because this is low income. They probably need that 400. They probably really needed it. That's a lot of goddamn money. That's a lot of money. Hey, to live.
Hate to live.
That's a lot of money. But yeah, 400 freaking dollars. I was like, ooh, 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 ooh. And she was like, oh, I got a lot of stuff I could have did with that money. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Like for me, $400, I could have paid multiple bills with that. That's a car note. That would have been like, ooh, 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 ooh. But anyway, we got a full house. Everybody laughed. Toya, like, yeah, look, Toya came out her box. Y'all wasn't expecting that because Toya always cool, calm, collective.
He
But
just
yeah,
pissed me
Toya,
off.
don't let him piss you off, Toya. Don't let him. Your homie Frank, we see you, Frank. He
Hey
done
Frank,
popped
hey
in.
y'all.
He done came right on out of it. All right, so
What's
let's
up,
get
Frank?
into our topic. Tonight's topic is spirits. And it's so
That's
funny
the
because I
spirits.
said Toya. I
Hmm.
said Toya, listen, what angle are you coming at with this damn topic? And Toya gonna say to me, I don't know. I thought you meant it. I'm like, no, no, I did not.
Yeah, because it's what I just we just come up with so many different topics to talk about because life is just an experience and just is just it just deserves a conversation. Okay. 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 But because people would try to perceive like their spirits could come onto you. So when I talk about spirits, it's all type of different spirits. People's spirits of negative energy spirits. Some people have positive spirit energy. It could it's just different. But some people would bring off their negativity with their energy and their spirit, and it will make you act the same way they are. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It will make you come off differently, make you act differently. you
Okay.
know. Just like this one just ruined with his bad spirit. I don't care. I'm gonna say it again. And now my spirit is not right now but we're gonna keep it going. So, yeah, but it's different type of spirits, y'all. And you got spirits that Who's that?
Big Dice say I'm out, y'all. Have a great show. I'm about to go throw up.
No,
TMI.
what's wrong?
TMI.
You sick?
TMI.
Dice,
TMI.
you sick? Oh no,
Yeah.
Dice. Feel better though. Feel
But
better.
all right.
But yeah, it's different type of spirit energies, y'all, and sometimes you can see spirits. Sometimes people feel spirits, because I do believe spirits do still roam the earth, the earth. You know what I mean? Pierce, I'm sure you could vouch for it. You done seen different things, or sensed different type of spirits, and I have felt them. Not necessarily seen spirits, but I definitely have felt spirit energy.
Okay. So first let's start here, right? What is a spirit? Like
What is
everybody
a
talk
spirit?
about spirit, but what is a spirit? Like what is your definition of a spirit? And chat, feel free to chime in.
Right.
What is your definition of a spirit? What is a spirit?
For me, a spirit is like an aura, uh, like a person's aura. Not necessarily. I really can't explain a spirit, but from just thinking about it, for me, I can see an aura of a person.
Okay,
What
so
is
you
this?
saying
What?
like a apparition. That's what a
Right,
spirit is.
right.
Y'all chat, what's a spirit? We talking about spirits. We got to know what it is if we going to discuss it and talk about how it's affecting us. What's a spirit?
Yeah. What is
Anybody
a
in the chat?
spirit?
What is a spirit? How about this?
Hmm.
What's the difference between a spirit and a soul? Is it the same
Right.
thing?
I think it's the same. So this is what. So when you say a soul too, I think it's like a reflection of a person. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Of what they were. It's some. So that's what I think it is. So I think
Okay.
spirits and souls are pretty much the same. It's just out of body.
Okay. So
It's out
NY
of a
Nikki
shell.
said a influence. Angie Baby said their energy or frequency. Jay
Mhm.
said, yes, I go with the aura that activates my six senses about a person.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to give my definition on what a spirit and what a soul is, right?
Right.
Because as you said earlier, I'll be seeing a lot of these things. I don't have a problem with admitting it on the
Mhm.
show, and some people on here already understand who I am, the spirit lady. Maybach said a spirit is a non-physical part of a person. All right, so let's go with what a spirit is. All right, so you got three parts to you, right? When you come into the world, you have your body, which is your meat suit.
Mhm.
You have your soul, which is the essence of you, your emotions, your feelings, your
Mhm.
thoughts, your passion, your wants, your needs. All of that is your soul. And then seated behind it is your spirit. And your
Mhm.
spirit allows you to connect with your higher power, your God or whatever. It's that thing that um talks to you, just like you said, it warns you, it gives you
Mhm.
vision, insight, and it's not coming from you, it's actually a dial-up connection. If you ever watched any of my shows or saw me on Spooky Hours, I always tell you I have two parts of me. It's like the me that's looking through my eyes at you, but then it's a me behind me. I can actually
Mhm.
feel my spirit. Some people can feel their spirit. If you engage with it enough, you can feel it with you. So when
Mhm.
I'm walking, it's not just my body and then the personality, the me, the peach. I can also feel my spirit,
Mhm.
like a whole nother energy with me. So that's what
Right.
the spirit is. So when you say I see a ghost or whatever, it could be a number of things. It could be a actual soul of a human and pass on. It could be the spirit, like your ancestral spirit that the creator sent down to you for you to see and talk to or whatever.
Mhm.
That's what spirits.
Right. If you ever
That's my
had like a
definition.
If you ever had like an out of body experience, you would know the difference in the feelings because I've had out of body experiences, so I know how it feels to be like a spirit or a soul per se. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a difference. The energy is different from being inside of the shell. You know, it's
Right.
different.
Yeah, this ain't nothing but like how you put basically we put clothes on top of clothes.
Mhm.
Cause your
Make
body
this
is nothing
shell.
but
Yeah.
clothes. Yeah, it's just
Mhm.
nothing but a little meat
Yep.
outfit. You wear it around, then you put
Mhm.
clothes on top of it to distinguish yourself from other people. And then on a soul level, that's
Mhm.
where all the emotions and all of that and stuff. And I find and I love this topic. Of course, I love this topic, but I was
Mhm.
just, I was like, Toya, where you trying to get to?
Mhm.
Um, I love this topic. So, NY Nikki, I'm gonna read some of the comments. Said
Yeah.
discernment. Frank was responding. Okay, and then Talib said greetings to NY Nikki or whatever. All right. So back to what you were saying about how Frank said I might have to tap in today. Okay, Frank.
Yes, Frank. Let's go.
Yes,
Tap
Frank.
in.
We looking for
Come
you to
on.
tap in.
Obviously, the lines are open.
Not, they're not open.
Mm.
They're not open. So, all right. So let's talk about. You said you want to talk about negative spirit attachment, right? Like
Right.
negative.
Mhm.
Is it necessarily, from my definition, right? It's not
Mhm.
necessarily to me a negative spirit attachment when you're dealing with people. You
Mhm.
just talk about people with negative, probably negative soul or soulless people that's not
Mhm.
attached to their spirit in a sense.
Mhm.
Does
Mm.
that make sense?
Yeah, kind of.
What do y'all
So
think,
you
right? When
said
you
that
go
they're
ahead,
not
Toya.
attached. You said that's not attached
I
to
think
their
they have poor spirit development.
right.
So when you run into somebody and you're like, oh my God, that's such a negative spirit, a negative soul, I don't blame it on the spirit. I blame it
Mm.
on the
Or
soul.
the person. Right.
Right. The
Okay.
soul is a person with a either because everything that comes into essence, it has to have the breath of life breathed into them, right? So everything
Right.
has a spirit, but not everything has a soul. And so
Right.
sometimes we probably running into soulless people or people that's not attached to the spirit.
Mhm.
So they're not getting those downloads and not receiving it. So they just walking around the world just dealing in emotion and crazy attachment and just functioning, just blowing
Mhm.
off the handle. And then by the time they get to you, and you probably a person attached to the spirit, you know,
Right.
that's my
So
perspective on it. Talib
right.
say the spirit is the energetic formula of identity that who we believe we are in this lifetime. The soul carries the information of multiple lifetimes.
Mm.
So the soul is basically you,
So
you in essence.
do y'all believe in not peers because I already know her answer. Do y'all believe in reincarnation? Because that's basically your soul's basically going into another body per se, not even necessarily a body, because it could you could become anything basically, right, guys? You could become a fucking rock, shit. But I'm saying like, do y'all believe in reincarnation? Like do you feel like your soul has been here before? I want to
And
know
while
that.
Nikki said lack of empathy, energy, vampires, lover of chaos.
Mm,
Do y'all believe in reincarnation?
right.
Toya got
Because
questions.
at
That's why she
times,
talk about these
yeah, because
spirits.
right at times I feel like that I have been reincarnated before, but sometimes you get like you could feel or notice sometimes through dreams or through visions you remember certain things, in your woke life. But a lot of times people they have dreams, and a lot this happens more often with children that they will remember that they are reincarnated, and up until a certain age, they tend to forget. So I've seen where kids have memory of being their old self in like freaking 100, 200 years ago, but then at a certain point of age, that switch turns off and you forget everything for some people.
Angie baby says she believe in it.
You believe in it, Angie? Okay.
Do you have a
Yeah,
story of reincarnation?
yeah, because I definitely believe in that. Sometimes I feel that society or whatever the case may be try to make us seem like that we're crazy for thinking that these things are real. You know what I'm saying? But I don't believe I don't I believe that these things are true and these things definitely happen to us. Do I feel like this is our only life once we leave this body? I don't believe that.
It can be if your spirit I mean
It
if
could
your
be
spirit decide to
decides that
return,
it doesn't want to return. Right.
or you
But
completed something or whatever it is. I don't know what
yeah,
exactly the process, but if your spirit returns, then you
some
won't reincarnate.
right. Some people I don't think everybody reincarnates, no. But I think some of us do. Who's that? I can't see P.
Nikki Baby say yes when things are familiar. A lot of episodes of deja vu. I think deja
Deja
vu
vu.
is a little different.
You think so? I have many episodes of Deja Vu before, and it's just like I've been here before, but I'm not sure if it's necessarily the same.
I think they walk in premonitions. To me, that's how I
Hmm.
see it. Like walk in premonitions. I do it a lot. I could be
Mm.
walking and starting my day, and then I'll see scenes of my day
Right,
already.
right,
And then I'll enter those scenes and I'll be like, okay, I
right.
already know how to
This is where you're
behave
supposed
in
to
this
be.
because
Right,
I've already done this.
right.
But when it comes to reincarnation, I have reincarnated and I
Mhm.
remember the people and I've seen
Mhm.
them in this lifetime. Like you kind of know. So yeah, I have reincarnated. I remember a couple of lifetimes.
It's like they just in different. They appear in different forms, but you know that feeling that it's a certain person.
I know I could see them for who they were. So let's
Mhm.
just say me and you was something to each other in a previous life, right?
Mhm.
Um, and when you come to me and by the time we meet, I'll know who you are. Like I'll recognize who you were and I'll see you. Like I'll see the
Mhm.
you that you were before.
Mhm.
So I guess everybody probably want a story, but anyway, my best friend, one night we had a dream, this exact same dream, and we realized that in the dream we was actually doing a scene from a previous life. I was actually a male in my previous life, and she was my wife in a previous life.
Mhm.
And we saw how everything ended during that night. And then when we called each other, we had the conversation, and I explained to her my dream. She explained to mine. It was the same thing. She was the woman in it, and I was the man in it.
Mm. You just seen it from your eyes of the male perspective,
Right.
and she's seen
And
it from
she
the
seen it
wife's
from her
perspective.
eyes. So we was just in that space and time. We
That's
knew the
crazy.
children that we had. We knew all of them, which those children today are actually our children divided.
Mhm.
But the kids together were our children in that lifetime.
Wow.
So I
So
kind
basically,
of
you actually chose each other again, per
as
se,
friends,
as friends, and your children still chose y'all as parents.
right?
That's
But it's
crazy.
divided.
Right.
And
Mhm.
it's funny because the same way our children were in that lifetime, they are that way now.
Mm.
So I can identify like a lot of things when we go to talk about our children and the things. I'm like, well, I can talk to her regular.
Mhm.
Well, them children were like that before. And
Mhm.
that child needs this.
Mhm.
Or
Right. Right.
DC, like to be honest with y'all, we had a set of twins and she has one and I have one.
Mm.
And it's funny because they behave the same way from
Wow.
that lifetime. So yes, reincarnation, if you fortunate to remember or unfortunate, however you want to see it,
Mhm.
it's mind boggling. I was like,
Right.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Right.
It's a few people in this lifetime that I've known several
Mhm.
lifetime. And
Right.
I don't know. I don't know where it's going to go, but it is what it is. And I'm not sure, one conundrum, maybe somebody that's in the chat that's a little bit more knowledgeable than I am can
Mhm.
answer this. Maybe to live. I'm starting to wonder,
I
when
feel.
you start to remember these lifetimes, do it means that I'm about to go, if my spirit is going to go and just release because I'm remembering too much.
Remembering too much. Oh, right. Like if you do come back, like you might be remember a whole bunch of stuff like from this lifetime. But that's crazy. I feel like the people in my life now are people who could have been a part of my old life. Because I don't have many people in my life, y'all. But I feel like the people that are in my life right now are people who were a part of my life before.
Mm,
Yeah. I think you even mentioned that you feel that we probably knew each other before as well for some reason. Um but yeah,
I could tell
it's a
you all
crazy.
several instances. I in this lifetime, I have gotten back with old lovers from previous lifetimes.
Mhm.
And so
Mhm.
yeah. So
So
it's
it's like
something.
everybody still they still come back in some type of way around in your life. It's
Right.
crazy situation. But yes, y'all, who's that? Somebody saying greetings. Hello, hello.
Uh-huh. Everybody saying hello to
Welcome,
each
y'all.
other.
Welcome. Make sure y'all follow the chat, y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to our channels, our YouTube channels, y'all, so you can stay updated with everything that we got going on, the craziness that we got going on, y'all. Not much filters on this channel.
No,
I
no.
know I have a filter.
I
But
don't have a filter. I
P
say
don't have a
whatever need to be
filter.
said.
I try to calm mine
Listen,
down.
no, I don't have a
Um,
filter. I keep telling y'all, I'm half 100, but I'm more than half 100. I'm like centuries years old. Why do I need to have a filter?
what the? I need a filter.
Why? I've been living too long. Too many lives
Okay.
living too long. Why?
I think people appreciate. I think they appreciate the realness anyway. You know, they don't want people come. They don't want us coming on here acting like robots and shit because we're not. We're not AI, y'all. We're real people. People really be thinking you ain't real sometimes.
Monique Hill said, our spirits speak volumes, dreams especially.
Oh
Yeah, let's talk
yes,
about
I
spirits
definitely
and
dreams.
dreams. Yeah, how
Oh
many of
yeah.
y'all have dreams with spirits in it? Come on now, share. How has spirit impacted your life? Has it been positive? Has it been negative? Let's talk about spirits.
I
Don't
don't.
be afraid. This is a safe space.
I don't know if it's necessarily spirits, but something has came to me many of times in my dreams to let me know that something was going to happen. And when I tell y'all that it happened the exact way it happened in my dream, you wouldn't even believe it. Like for instance, just some calm. But when I used to be married or whatever, I would have a dream because my ex he would travel. He came in and I would see his truck is
Get
here.
your he what?
So my mom would come in the room in the dream and say, "Oh, he's here." And
Okay.
then the very next day, she would come. Like I'll be in my bed sleeping, and she'll come in my room. He's here. I look out the window. Truck is in the exact same spot. Everything is the exact same way. And that happened to me two times. That incident. But it's just
Wow.
crazy. I've had spirit actually when I was in a cab. This is when I was in New York, y'all, in a taxi cab, and me and my niece was in there, had no seatbelts on. Something whispered in my ear, clear as day, told me to buckle my seatbelt. Once I kid y'all not, once I buckled that seatbelt, the car crashed right away.
Wow.
So it's like I feel like spirit protects us, not necessarily always a negative spirit. It's some positive spirits. I say ancestors because I call them my ancestors. So it's definitely something that's protecting us.
Right. Right. Monique Hill said most of my loved ones have visited me in dreams, especially my pops and brothers.
Oh
And she
yeah,
said she was just smiling.
yeah.
See,
Now that you said that, I had dreams about my relatives visiting me in dreams and stuff like that.
okay, come on, y'all. We talk about spirits. Don't get scared. I see people
I
coming
I
on out getting scared. Don't be
I
scared. Are you
had my
scared?
when my when my sister-in-law passed away. She was really sick, y'all. And she was in the hospital. The night that she passed away, she came to me, and I knew she had passed away because she came to me in a dream, and I was just talking to her like, "Is everything okay?" And she was like, "No, everything's not okay," and stuff like that. And then the very next morning, I got the call that she passed away, but I already had knew because she already came to me and revealed that to me. You know what I'm saying? So even when my dad came to me when he passed away, he came to me in my dream and he told me that he messed up. You know what I'm saying? Because of how he died or whatever the case may be. He felt bad about not being here anymore. So
Right.
spirits definitely come to us and visit us in dreams.
Okay. Have you had a negative experience with a spirit?
No, thank goodness I have not had no negative experiences with spirit. But I know my mother told me one time she was in the house and she was walking in the living room and she seen a black shadow and she
Mm.
ran to the room. The shadow chased after her. She closed the door, and the shadow was banging on the door,
Wow.
but it ended up going away. I was like, I don't
Wow.
want to see no black shadows now. But
Wow.
you know what I mean? So, mm-mm. I have not had no negative experiences. You with spirit?
You know,
I
me and the
know, I know.
spirits always have something
Y'all
going
always
on with each
fighting.
other.
Like, what the
We
hell?
always got something
Oh.
going on, honey. Always, hun. Listen, a spirit pushed me down my damn steps in my house.
Mhm.
Blew my sun door off the hinges, and I could feel that speed coming down and push me off the damn steps.
Mm-mm-mm.
And my partner took off running, scared.
she
Scared the
They didn't even
spirits was
say
coming.
they said the spirit coming. I'm out of here.
I'm out of here while you falling down the
The
steps.
spirits.
I said, "Hun, what did I do? Are they mad that my son left out to go away for a while?" But that spirit was some kind of mad at me.
You know what?
I
I Go ahead, P.
no, go ahead.
You know how I feel like people that have like they are schizophrenic and hear voices and stuff like that. I don't be necessarily thinking that they're like, I be thinking it be spirits and stuff really speaking to them. But people make and doctors and stuff make it seem like they're crazy and they just got to take these pills and stuff. I be thinking that be spirit. I be thinking they be like them. I be thinking they be. That's even back in the days when they had the witches and warlocks and stuff like that. I be feeling like that probably was spirits, like talking to them, and but they couldn't. They couldn't. Their body was could have been weak, or maybe they was too open. You know what I'm saying to the spirit activity. That's why they was getting so much of that activity. If that makes sense. But I'm not gonna even say they was weak because I feel like people with schizophrenic and stuff, I think they're too open. Their minds are like just too open.
You might actually be right because you know my son is a schizophrenic, and he told me when he walks, sometimes he's done. Yeah, like you said, the mind is open. So he'll be
Mhm.
walking in this century, but then he'll also simultaneously be walking on the streets of Rome.
Mhm.
So he'll see me in this time and he'll be walking the streets. He could be in Egypt, he could be in Rome, he could be in another time period. And he used to say, "Oh, I see this. I saw
Mhm.
this in this time and the pyramids and stuff, and I could smell this."
Mhm.
One time my son was like, in a previous life, I was your son. I mean,
Mhm.
you were my daughter, and I
Mhm.
was your father. And we lived here and we had this and we did that.
Mhm. And I
So
think from
yeah.
all of those, like being in those different times and stuff, and just keep returning, that opens their minds even more. And I feel like it's in our DNA for some reason, because even like I have a lot of family that's in the South and stuff, that they are very, their minds are very open. People call us witches, you know what I'm saying? And my aunt, she could tell you about yourself by looking at you and stuff. And I have aunts that have the dreams, you know. So I feel like it's in our DNA. And I have a nephew who has schizophrenic. He's schizophrenic and stuff like that. And I feel like it just is just in him, and he just doesn't know how to deal with it.
I could
Like,
roll with that. Yeah,
I'm
I
sure
agree with that.
your family was open as well, like with like I'm gonna say like psychic, or like they could see or speak or hear like spirits or whatever the case may be. You know, just I think it runs in the family.
Hey, chat, share y'all stories. Drop it in the chat. Do any of y'all have any abilities or gifts, since we talking about spirit
Abilities
and
and
spirits?
gifts.
Do you
Yes.
have any abilities or gifts? Can you do something that's probably would be considered supernatural, but really we understand that our bodies are hardwired that way. Some of us
Right.
are connected with spirit more so than others. Toya, do you have any kind of special abilities that you can do, like anything witchy woo woo with you?
Um, I don't know if this is witchy woo woo, because I feel like I do have some type of abilities, but mines are not strong. I don't have strong abilities for some reason. I'm not as in tune. But people say I am in tune because I got the mark right here. They say people with marks in the middle of their foreheads are so called witchy. But like I said, it runs in my family, so I won't deny it. But I I just read people really well. I just have this gift of really reading people. Um and I don't, not as much, but I feel like if I did get more into it and open my mind up more to it, I would be. But I don't, not much. And I have dreams and stuff like that, but not much. I
That's a
don't think I'm
lot.
as I don't think I'm as open-minded, honestly. I don't think so. I feel like there's people out here, like my best friend, she, like things will come to her, you know, like type of words and stuff like that, like messages and stuff like that will come to her, you know. And it could be overwhelming sometimes for some people when those things happen to them, you know. But she gets messages, and I don't get that type of stuff. Is it weird that I be wanting that stuff to happen to me sometime? I be like, I want these things to happen to me. Like,
What? You want the spirits to get you?
not get me, but I be wanting to get messages and stuff sometime like that. Like, I be wanting, like, people, I know it could be annoying to whoever, to those that it happens to though. What
Oh,
about you,
okay.
P? I'm into like the tarots and stuff. I like stuff like that. Like, I'm into it. I'm not into it super heavy, but I do enjoy a good reading. Not gonna lie to y'all.
All right, I'll answer that question. Let me read. Monique Hill says she was gone. After her funeral, I felt her presence sit down on my bed. It was her. I guess she was talking about her grandmother or her mom.
Mm, mhm,
NY Nikki said, I think I can foresee a situation and then it will happen.
mhm.
Then everybody else is just saying hello. Angie
Hey
Baby
y'all.
said, clear path and clear sentience. So
Mm,
maybe we'll open up the phone lines and well, drop the link and let people come up and just share their experience. But yeah, you mostly you already know. It'd be a
mhm,
lot of witchy woo woo stuff going on over here with me. I could see things, I could hear things. Um it's just a lot. Stuff that I don't even discuss. I can
mhm,
my body would sometimes astral project out of itself.
mhm. That has happened to me. Yeah, that has happened to me. That's why when guys, when we hear stories of people talking about these type of things, we could understand. we not the type of closed-minded people. I feel like only closed-minded people wouldn't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like we're just too our I'm not gonna say my third eye because my third eye I don't think is open, but I feel like we are really open, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's I never tell somebody they crazy about if they have stories like about these topics that we're talking about. I don't never tell people that they crazy or something wrong with them for having these things go on in their lives because I can understand it. Because
Yeah.
shit happens, y'all. Shit
And
happens
I
for real.
think, us being able to do this is for the positive and the negative,
Right.
positive experience, negative experiences. I don't I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, this person has a negative spirit in them, negative to I don't be subscribing to that kind of stuff. I just think it's just
Mm-mm.
bad people having, I mean, not bad people, people having bad experiences and then it just be spilling over.
Mhm.
Um what Maybach said, Peach with the spooky stories.
Like I
Let me
could even
stop.
walk into certain type of rooms, and if the vibe is not right, like I cannot stay because it's something about the energy in a room that could feel negative or positive for me. Like my anxiety will be so high if I walk into a room that I feel like I'm not supposed to be in, and I would have to leave. You know, it's just weird.
I don't know. I could
Yeah.
function in any room. If I walk in a room and it's like a negative feeling, I feel
My
like
antennas is up though.
I'm such a vibe myself
Mhm.
that I'm going to change the dynamics of that room.
Mm.
If that makes sense, I'm going in the room. So if it feels negative, that's you. But I'm such a vibe
Right.
that this,
Right.
when I come in, I'm going to change the dynamics of the room because of
Mhm.
my energy and my spirit.
Right. Right.
And why Nikki said, I can sometimes predict situations. It's like a heads up that gives me choice on how to move, and I have helped others. That's one of the positive of spirits. You get a chance to help others when you function in the spirit. But I think I'm going to drop the link because this topic that you pick is so broad and wide, and I feel like a lot of people want to share
Right. They're
because so
afraid.
much stuff. So maybe we could turn this like into like a story time check-in where
Ooh.
people just sharing, and because you've heard me say it before. I believe that people, these are our testimonies, and people, especially black people, people of color, we
Mhm.
learn and we thrive from these things. It
Mhm.
gives us hope. Um it helps us check in with ourselves and see what it is that we learned from that, and we could change ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like just check
Mhm.
deep in yourself, and
Mhm.
they're inspiring. I don't care
Mhm.
too much or subscribe to the Bible like that, but I did love the little, parables that you could,
Right.
gain wisdom and stuff from.
Mhm.
So I think maybe I'll drop the link. Is it anybody that's wanting to
Want to
come up
share?
and just share like spirit? What does that mean to you? How does it function in your life? I could go
Right.
on and on and on. You notice, y'all, I haven't been saying a lot, even though I can say a lot, because
Y'all, she got
it's
so
not,
many stories.
it's
Right.
right, because it's not about
It's
me. It's
about right.
about
It's about
everybody checking in
yes.
with themselves and
Yes.
tapping in with your personal spirit. That's why I asked you, were you afraid? Are you afraid of
Right.
spirits? Because if you would
Yeah.
have said yes, I would have said, well, you have a spirit. So
Mhm.
are you afraid of yourself?
Mhm.
Is it
Mhm.
because you don't want to face a spirit externally, because then it forces you to acknowledge that you have an internal spirit
Mhm.
that you don't want to sit and deal with. So
I'm not
when
afraid of spirits.
I'm not afraid of, well, of course, I'm not
Mm-mm.
afraid of them.
Right. I'm not.
And so when you came up with this topic, my mind was just going all over the place with different
Right. Thinking about. Mhm.
ways you could just see this,
Mhm.
you know. Like,
Mhm.
okay, so I'm sorry for if you are a religious person, I am sorry, right? Because I
Mhm.
do got to get this off, right?
Oh.
I
Oh.
do. Because when I was thinking about this topic, it came up in my head.
Mhm.
So, like I said earlier at the top of the show, your freaking soul is who you are. It's the seat of who you are, your emotions, your logic, your thoughts, your wants, your needs, right? But then
Mhm.
your spirit is separate. So when you
Mhm.
going inside of the church, are you feeding your spirit or you just feeding your soul?
Ooh. Ooh.
So why are you there?
You feeding the soul, not the spirit.
Right.
Even though they say the
So
Holy Spirit, but
so when you walk in there, the guy's screaming and hot. Well, you know his sermon. Then the
preaching.
choir starts singing.
Right.
You jump up. I feel the Holy Ghost. You're not feeling no holy goddamn ghost.
What are you
That's your
feeling?
spirit
The
enjoying
Spirit.
the moment.
The Holy Spirit. That's why they say the Holy Spirit.
It's the holy. It should be really called the Holy Soul.
The Holy Soul.
You going in there to get the Holy Soul,
The Holy Soul.
right? Because you're attaching
Wow.
with your soul,
Mhm.
but your spirit doesn't need all of that.
Okay.
You gotta sit in order for you to get to the seat of the spirit. You gotta, and I'm sure Talib got techniques because this is a wonderful show for his techniques.
Wow.
You gotta
Right.
actually go in internally to
Mhm.
attach to the spirit
The
to
Spirit.
link
Yes.
up. So why are we going in these spaces giving our money?
Mm.
Because it's not getting you to your spirit.
Mm.
The spirit doesn't care about all of this stuff.
Right. That's a good point right there. Yeah. So is it actually the soul that you're so again, it's the soul that you're feeding when you go into these
You
vessels,
feeding
these
your
churches.
soul. Your soul
Okay.
is what animates the body. It,
Mhm.
you know, your soul says dance, the soul says laugh. When I'm talking to you right now, I'm talking to you soul to soul. That's
Right.
our
So
souls
right,
talking.
right, right. That makes sense. You know that you said it like that. I understand that. So are really souls and spirits the same?
They're
Then it's
not.
not. If you put it the way you're saying it, they're
It's
not.
not. It's
Mm.
not.
Because you are absolutely because the spirit actually doesn't care about all of this.
The
It
spirit does
doesn't.
not care about none of this.
None of
The
it.
soul assigns all the feelings, all the other miscellaneous shit.
Right.
Your spirit don't give a shit. It just is. Everything
It
is
just
just
is. Just
is.
is. That is so
But
true
your
because
soul assigns everything else.
when I've had a out of body when I was having this out of body, the spirit was actually they say your spirit basically detaches from the body, but it's like it obviously it didn't fully detach because you'd be dead, but it's just like it just is. You know what I'm saying? It's
It
not
just
like
is.
it just is. It's not holding on to feelings or emotions or anything. It just is.
It
It's just like
just
a
is.
it's
Uh-huh.
that's and it's hard to explain that feeling, but like you said, it's just there. That's
It
crazy.
just is. It just is. It doesn't.
Wow.
It's just watching and
It just right,
experiencing whatever you experience. It just is.
right.
Your soul is making it all this other stuff. So
Mm,
it always amazes me, when I see people that's hyper religious
mm,
and they are also hyper emotional.
mhm,
You're not operating in the spirit, boo boo.
mm,
You are all up in your soul. You ain't reach your spirit. So
mm,
those emotional people, oh, I feel this, and oh my God, you still got inner work because
mm,
the spirit is about touching. The spirit is about inner peace.
mm. And that is why I'm not gonna say y'all do not take life serious, but I just feel like it just is. And that's why I am the way I am unless somebody I try not to let people make me come out of character of the I guess that's the soul. You know what I'm saying? So, but the I see things for what it really is. I see life for what it really is. It just is. And I
It
love
just
that you
is.
said that. It just is. Like, what's the hoopla? Like,
It just is.
that's crazy.
But everybody believe, well, most people believe it's so much more complex. It's just
It's
is.
really not. That's why I don't see how people, that's why I don't understand hatred and stuff like that. Like, why? I
Because that's
don't
the
get
soul
it.
experience. That's what it's soul emotion experience. It has nothing to do with the creator. I hear people
Nothing.
throwing around the universe, the creator did this, that. That's your soul telling you that. Your soul decided to have that experience. And just, oh, I hate the gays. I hate blacks. That's your soul having that
No.
experience.
That's crazy.
But your spirit don't give a shit because your
Don't
spirit
give a
understand
shit.
it's all energy.
That's it. That's all it is.
So you running around here concocting all this stuff and feeling all these ways and things should be like this when in all actuality, like it just is.
And if everyone actually looked at it at that perspective, it wouldn't be all the hatred, all the crime and stuff like that. It wouldn't be none of that.
Link is in the chat for anybody that want to come up and share their experience. To live, we will be bringing you
Who
up later
coming up? Who
because
coming up?
I know you can help people talk to the spirit part. Like I said, for me, I've always felt my spirit. I know, and
Mhm.
I tell everybody, and I could not even really put it into words at one point. I would say it's a me, and then it's another me. And people
Mhm.
will be looking at me like, what? Yeah, I can
Mhm.
feel the other me back there. It just back there. It feels like I'm two people walking in one body, in
Mhm.
which it's just
Mhm.
my soul and my
Mhm.
spirit is so heightened that I feel it.
Yes. Yep.
So, I don't never feel alone. I don't feel because I just when you attach to when you link up with your spirit, you're just not lonely because then you attach to the creator, and then it's a whole bunch of
Mhm.
other things that go along with that. So, but I don't never feel alone. I don't never feel abandoned. I don't indulge in my emotions like that. And when they do come across, I assess them. I'm like, but wait a minute, this experience that this body is having and this why? It's not even
Mhm.
worth it.
Right.
It's even times where I detach from this meat suit where I barely eat.
Mhm.
And then if you go really deep into it, when people talk about the sins or whatever, oh, there's again the soul, the body needs something, the soul needs something.
Right.
I
Mhm.
can say one of my things that I do, one of my sins, in which all of us got some.
Mhm.
The only one I have to really detach from is lust.
Mhm.
That feeling of wanting that sexual energy. I gotta detach from that. I'm working on that.
That's funny. We all
But the
got
rest of
something.
it, yeah, the rest of it,
Mhm.
the gluttony, all that stuff attached to the body, I can care less. But that
Right.
one thing I gotta work on.
That lust. It's always
That
something attached
lust.
to us. Damn.
Yes, and I could, readily admit that. But I see the chat is quiet. Come on and talk to us. Let us know what y'all think about this conversation. We talking about spirit. What is it? What does it mean to you? Has it been positive and negative? It has been both for me.
Mhm.
More positive than negative. And
You
again,
opening
I'm
up the
trying not
chat?
to. I put the link in the chat if you want to come up and share an experience. If you don't, then I will share one of mine if that's going to help you. But
Yeah, we
again,
could
I'm
bring time
trying
up
not to make it
and go to
about me.
right. Yes.
It's about
Cause Lord
y'all.
knows this could definitely be about her. Cause she got a lot of stuff going on with this spirit stuff, y'all. But definitely, is about y'all. We want to check in with y'all to see how you feeling. What's your thoughts about the topic? Have you ever dealt with any situations where spirit was involved? Do you have any stories?
Yeah, how did it affect you? How did it help
How?
you?
Yes. Because y'all, when you hear the word spirit, is not always about bad spirits. There are good spirits as well. Spirit does help. Spirit has helped me many times. You know what I mean? So spirit definitely helps.
Look, they quiet. They like, wait a minute, we just
They
want to
want to know
listen.
what's
This
going
topic.
on, right?
Why did Toya pick this one?
They like,
And it's an awesome topic to me. I mean, really, because
right.
I function that way. But
Mhm.
one of the key things about me, since nobody want to come up, one of the key things about me, I wait for spirit to give me a message before I do anything,
Mhm.
regardless of how the soul feels about it. So I can have a dynamic idea, but if the spirit doesn't move in me,
Mhm.
then I won't do it, because I won't feel like it's stamped by the universe for it to happen, if that makes sense. Uh-oh, here
Mhm.
come Frank.
Frank.
Well, shaking. Look, I ain't never jump on this before, so you gotta bear with me out here in the streets. Yeah?
All right, Frank, what you sharing?
So, listen, I was outside real quick because like the storm is coming down crazy, so I ain't hear a lot of what y'all was saying. I mean, but
Mhm.
I just tapped in before y'all shut it down because I know most of the time y'all shut down before I tap in. So, yeah, y'all got to keep me up to speed. You heard?
Okay,
Yes.
so we talk about spirits. Have you ever had a confrontation with a spirit, or encountered one, or functioned in the spirit?
Um, and that's all the questions.
We talk
Yes.
about spirits.
All right. Well, listen, you have to let me know because I could tap into a whole bunch of different spirits. But I'm saying I know I'm sure Mel already know, but as far as spirits, yeah, all like plenty of times since I was a youngin, I done
Mhm.
encountered with plenty of spirits. But first and foremost, I just want to like a lot of people don't know. Like a lot of people, I was just talking to somebody like 20 minutes ago, and we was talking about we was on a particular subject, and it was like, yo, how they Christian, this, that, and a third. And I used to wear like skulls around my neck, and it was like scared of that shit, whatever reason. But I was letting them know, like we got into a conversation about spirits. I'm letting them know, like, yo, spirits are real, like that 1,000%. Like some people just believe, like, yo, it's just that you just pray to God and so forth, so forth, and so forth. And it's not to knock anybody's religion or anybody who believe in God or don't, but like yo, look, like you can always speak to spirits. You know what I'm saying you can always. That's why they have
Mhm.
Saint John and Saint so forth and so forth. Right? These are spirits, right? To say so. And then as far as uh 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 uh, uh anyone who passes on and who have like a strong spirit while living, like their spirit still lives on. I don't want to say live on this planet, but they're in this realm. Let me say.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So you can always call on to spirits. Like when you light candles and uh certain foods that you eat and so forth, they can definitely call on to spirits. But fast forward, yeah, definitely there's times like yo, I've seen the closest person, like one of the closest people to me in life, they've um they've caught a spirit and they sat there and they spoke to the spirit in my life. And that shit like bugged me the fuck out. Like I sat there
Mhm.
and it was their birthday party. As a matter of fact, and there were it's a certain so like a certain there were music it was music playing, right? So there's certain type of drums that are playing, and this is like from African culture for those who are familiar with that. There's certain particular type of drums that were playing, and they were drinking alcohol. So notice that certain places alcohol are not called alcohol; they're called spirits, right? If y'all familiar
Mhm.
with that. So they're called spirits for a reason. the alcohol are called spirits in certain areas because there are really spirits inside these bottles. And I know somebody in particular who mix alcohol, and he specifically told me that they the way they make these alcohol, they speak onto spirits inside these bottles. So to fast forward, the person was drinking the alcohol, and there were these drums that was playing, like the type of music that was playing. Let me say, and they caught a spirit in front of me, and I did not expect. That's the last thing I thought to expect. And this is somebody who's very close to me,
Mm,
and they started speaking to the spirit, like they was just talking in like basically like I guess you could say tongues. You know what I mean? You can say tongues, but they was like speaking in certain ways. Like I would not expect that from that person. And I was like, I was bugged out. And like I kind of understood what was going on, but it just shocked me at first because this is somebody I know like firsthand. And I didn't expect that. So um there was others in the crib who knew, but that's one way to say so as far as like spirits. Um as well as just like, your life in general, certain things that I go through in life. You know what I'm saying? Some certain things that, to not make a left turn. And guess what? You make a left turn, you don't listen. As a matter of fact, boom, let me tell you this. I'm bugging. There was one night I was in a spot. I'm tripping, right? Because my mom wrote crazy. There was a spot. I was in a spot, right? There's one night I was in a spot. And I remember this shit so vividly. Something spoke to me and told me to leave the spot, to leave. In my head, like it just told me, and it's like God speaking to like straight in my head, like, yo, you need to get out of here. And me not knowing, you know what I'm saying, me not being
mm-hmm.
in tune with like, and at the time I didn't know, like, yo, be connected. And I just like my eyes just like saw like it's like a blur that just happened. After that, listen, I nearly died that night. Like I basically died. Like I ended up in the hospital with like on
Wow.
ICU, nearly dying. Like they told my mom I wasn't gonna make it and all of that. So I mean, to
You
say
said
so, like,
something spoke to you,
yes, I heard it like
and what
directly
it
in my
said?
head. It says to leave. Like you need to get out of here tonight. Like it told me to
Mm,
leave where I was at that time. Like that's what I
mm.
heard directly in my head, and I never forgot that because
So,
like
did you listen to it or you
I
didn't
did. I
listen to
no,
it?
I didn't. This is why what happened to me
Yeah, so that's
happened.
what happened to you happened, right? And
Right,
that's the thing. A lot of times people will hear like these like voices and stuff and they would ignore it. You can't be
right.
ignoring those voices. You know what I'm saying? You got to take heed when it
But
speaks to
see,
you.
sometimes
And
we
some
need.
people don't think about that. You know
That's
what
the
I'm saying?
thing.
They just
We need to
ignore it.
experience it. I'm think like that was my experience. You know what I'm saying? From
Right.
now on, from that point in, if I hear anything like anything that just like think of like not even think of it, if I feel like I hear a voice, I'm just following it. Like I'm not trying
Right.
to fucking. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I
And
could not be here
that's
for
like
that
what
shit.
I just told y'all the story about when I was in the cab and the voice in my head said, "Put your seatbelt on." And as soon as I put that seatbelt on, the car crashed. You got to
Right.
listen right away because if I didn't listen when it said it the first time, I could have been hurt. And when I tell you, it wasn't even a major car crash. But if I didn't, obviously, if I would not have listened, it could have been something major, but it could have affected me badly. You know what I'm
And
saying? But you,
and these right, and these are spirits that are talking to you. Like people don't understand. Like
right,
people just think it's like just that the inner self. Like, these are spirits that are talking to you, and we don't understand that because we're so fucking caught up in bullshit like TV, radio, and all a bunch of bullshit. Work, get up, work, take care of kids, do this or that. Like we're so
right.
caught up. And we don't even understand, like, yo, if we were to like shut down and like fast for like a week and not worry no bills, nothing, and we tap
Mhm,
in, like we could really tap into our spirits, like our ancestors could really speak to us
mhm.
and we could really tap in and take over shit. But we're so caught up in bullshit. This is why the world
We moving around too much and stuff like that.
right,
We got too much going on. That's why a lot of people meditate,
right, right,
because it
right,
clears the mind. So
right,
that's why a lot of times, even with myself, I would just stay in silence.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I got to clear my mind. And sometimes maybe something is trying to reach to me that I can't hear or pay attention to like on a normal day because I'm out here going crazy doing a whole bunch of other shit. Like,
No,
but I
that's a
definitely
fact.
understand it's crazy.
Even for us who for people who have sexual intercourse with others, right? You're having
Right.
sex with somebody. Like their spirit alone brings something into you. Like you don't know
Right.
who the hell they slept with in the past 6 months. As a matter of fact, I posted this. I think I commented on this one before. Like it takes like 6 months plus to get that person's spirit or whatever out your system
Mm.
when you don't have like not having sex and shit. So even if you're having
Mm.
sex with people, like you don't know who they had sex with last and when they had sex
Right.
with. So now when your life start fucking up, you be like, damn,
Mhm.
how the fuck? But you're not thinking about the last
What's
person you had
wrong?
sex with. You know what I'm saying? You're not thinking
Mhm.
about that. You're just thinking like, you know what? That was a good time then, but now something's happening in your life. You just think like, God, why did this happen to me? And come in and
And
literally
you
you
know,
know,
it's not only the person that you are having intercourse with, it's the person you're having intercourse with, and if they're having intercourse with somebody else, and who that person having intercourse with. So it's like
right,
a whole
right,
damn domino effect,
exactly, exactly,
a
a
whole
thousand
bunch of
percent,
different spirits.
exactly, 1,000%, a thousand
Yes.
percent. But yeah,
What's
this one,
called 6 degree? What's 6 degree? Huh? 6 degrees of separation. So we was just
right,
talking about that earlier. Right.
right. And what y'all spoke on that?
Oh no, we was talking about people like being sick and stuff like that because I mentioned to y'all earlier that I was sick because I had the vid. It was like you just never know where these things come from because you be around one person, I've been around one person, I've been around, like it just keeps going. You just don't know who you're around, and it's the same thing with the
Right.
intercourse. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you'll just be sick spiritually. Like
Right.
sometimes you'll just be like sometimes and like not even physically. You'll just be your body will just shut down and you don't even
Right.
know why.
Right.
And it don't even be like again. It's like when you speak spirits, like spirits are everywhere. I mean,
Mhm.
like, and it's just for everybody who's listening, not just you, because you might know, and then precious, precious might know as well. But it's just like yo, spirits are everywhere. Every time when we speak, the words we speak alone, like they pick up on everything, and they don't know slang terms
Right.
and like the English language alone. The English language. I was speaking to my people today. Matter of fact, I was letting them know this. Like for example, right? They don't understand morning, right? And I'm gonna use morning as an example. When any other language, there's no such word as morning.
Mhm.
You understand? And I'm gonna say it like this: morning is only in this in American English language, and that's a curse, right? So if you speak like Creole, French, Spanish, or even English
Mhm.
from England, English is England. If you're from England, you speak English.
Right.
How the fuck you from America? You speak English, and you're not from England, right? So so I say this like this. So in England, no matter of fact, let's use Spanish for it. Spanish, they say buenos dias. Buenos dias means good morning. And that's good. Buenos is good. Buenos is good, and dias is day.
Mhm.
So it's translating to good morning because that's what the American English says. So, but literally, we're saying good day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And same thing with Creole or French. We said bonjour.
Mhm.
Bonjour is good, and then jour is day.
Mhm.
That's good day.
Mhm.
There's no word that's
Morning.
morning.
Mhm.
Same thing with same thing with back going to England. When you ever hear them say good day? You know what I'm saying? They'll say good day. They don't say good morning.
Right. It's
They
a
say
good
good
day.
day.
Mhm.
Right.
Right.
So to bring it back to this language, morning, of course. I know a lot of people don't like to hear this, and then they say, "Oh, this is this and that." But morning, the spirits don't hear that. The universe don't hear morning as a word to say like you're saying good day. Morning is a sad state of mind. Morning, good
Right.
morning. We're
Right.
not mourning for good. So
Mhm.
that's just how the spirits and they pick that up. So when you're saying this all the time, and all these people are dying left and right, you're like, oh my God, this person just died here. This person just died there. And death happens in three. Nah, yo, it's just the way we speak. And this is like a lot of words that we say. I'm just using morning as an example, but it's a lot of the words that we say. And the spirits pick up on that. But it's like we don't know because we just been like just all we what's the word? We've been
Indoctrinated.
t- t- like, perfect, great word.
Mhm.
Thank you. But yeah, just use these words, and then when bad things happen, we don't even understand
Mhm.
how, like, why these things are happening. But you're saying that's a thing along with the spirits as well.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I could go on and on and on about experiences with shit that happened in life, but you know what I'm saying, I'll probably hold y'all up forever.
Shit, even the alien cars know that they goddamn spirits. Let them go near the goddamn cemeteries and you see shit walking in the damn cameras. You guys see that?
Oh yeah, I seen that recently. You said I
I
seen
ain't
that
gonna say the name
recently
of the
in
car.
the
I'll just say alien car. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
with the I seen that recently where you just see, yeah,
You see people just
listen,
walking
that's
in the
insane.
damn graveyards. Ain't nothing there.
Spirits is real, man. People think that you die, you
And
go to
that's
heaven
it.
and so forth, whatever. But
Some people is, but
listen,
hey, that's
we
it. But it's crazy.
listen. We spirits are real, so everybody, just it's all how you want to live your life,
Yes.
basically. Saying in its physical form. You ever seen a movie called Soul? Soul. It's a animated movie.
No.
If you have not seen this movie, watch that movie. That would change the way you think about shit. Like not even
So.
change. If you just think about shit a certain way,
Mhm.
I think it'll put a perspective like, yo, this is it. But it's an animated movie called Soul. I know it's animated. People think it's for kids. Nah, listen, it's an adult movie. Watch
Mhm.
the movie called Soul. It's like a blue character, and I think I forget who's the main character. It's an important guy who's in there. But if you watch it, like you'll be like, yo, like it basically tells you. We already know like a lot of the movies, whatever they put in movies is what really is in real life.
Mhm.
We just bypass it because we think it's a movie and it's all Hollywood and shit. But watch the movie Soul, and it tells you a lot about like spirits and souls and how things are really indoctrinated in this life. So it's real. It's real.
Mhm. Thank
It's
you
real.
for the recommendation. I'm gonna go
You up there
check that
putting
Absolutely.
it,
out.
typing it down. You want to check it out?
I might. I'm anime is not my thing. That's my daughter thing, but I
No,
might.
no, trust me. It's animated, not anime.
Oh, it's
And I say animated
animated.
means
Oh,
it's
it's
like a
animated. Okay.
right.
Okay.
It's like a
It's like a
it's
cartoon.
a
Animate.
yeah, like Lion King. Who made Lion King?
It,
Mhm.
What's the
Soul is a
those who made
Pixar film.
Oh,
Pixar?
is
There you
it?
go. Bing,
So
bang, nigga, you got it. He came in and swept it away. And then go ahead. Man.
I know that's right.
But yeah, it's a Pixar film, so who's familiar with it?
Cakap
Okay.
fet.
But watch it.
Cakap fet partner.
It's like a lot
Ako
buzz.
deja konen
My
men.
phone.
Nou an form men. Nou la. Ma prese sa men.
Listen,
Ma prese ou moute sou panel la jodi la.
We don't understand what y'all
listen.
saying.
We
First,
talking about you. We
first,
talking
No
about
offense.
you. We talking about you.
yeah, first time you already know. Yo, tap in. You already know how we. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're familiar with the spirits and shit,
Yep.
back
Yeah,
home.
yeah.
I
Definitely.
certain things I don't want to get into because I don't want to like scare nobody or nothing. But
Nah, but I
you
could relate to what you were saying, man. Because once I got that spiritual awakening about we have to be mindful of how we speak to one another, you not using certain words because we're casting spells. So when you were saying all of that, I was like, yo, that's why like I've been saying Grand Rising for like about over 6 years now. I don't say
right,
GM to nobody. Somebody on the panel she'll like to call and say hello, and I'm like, no, please don't hello me. You know what I'm saying?
right.
The other one too, blessings. I say blessed up. I don't say blessings. You
Or,
know what I'm
or
saying?
blissing, or blissing.
Yeah, because it's all wordplay. That's why I think Shakespeare or somebody had whoever created these words is about 70 to 100
Well,
words that are similar but spelled different. And that's the wordplay. So we don't even think about it like you said earlier. In other countries they don't say GM at all. It's like you said,
right,
good day, mate. It's like good day, mate. You know what I
right,
mean? That's how they talk to each other. They don't use the GM. It's only out here we use a lot of these words, and again, it's all casting spells. But when you try to enlighten people, well, I've been saying good morning and this is what my parents taught me, so I'm gonna say that. It's like, okay, cool, you stay over there with that thing. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. You
You
know.
know, a lot of people's greetings are from other worlds or other countries.
Talib,
Excuse me.
salute, salute, Talib. I didn't even
Hey,
know
what
you was
up,
up
yo?
here. My fault. Go ahead.
A lot of stuff from other countries when we translate it to meaning good morning, but they're not saying good morning. For
Okay.
example,
Mhm.
if they was to say ni hao ma or da jia hao, these terms do not mean good
Mm,
morning.
that's right.
They
Correct.
actually mean
Right.
have you eaten today? Because in
Mhm.
their country, if you've eaten today, that's a good thing. It means you're doing good. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's a fact.
Mhm.
Or giorno, which is Italian. They say that from the morning until the late afternoon.
Right. Right. Mhm.
Right? Because the word
Mhm.
doesn't mean good morning.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's an
Correct.
American Christian term that got popularized by Protestants.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mm.
That's a fact.
But again, it's the spirits that they put amongst like evil spirits, I guess. Right?
Hmm.
It's not what I mean. It's not what we know of. Let me say, or what we
Accustomed to.
come accustomed to.
Mm.
Right? Right. Yo, listen, and listen in Haiti, right? And I'm just going to like speak on a little bit. I don't want to get too much into it because I might tap in too heavy. But there are certain things that I've seen. Like I was back and forth from here to Haiti, and certain times when I was bad here, and that's a lot of Haitians, like a lot of young Haitians. If you're bad in America, first thing they'll say is like, "Yo, we're gonna send you back
Yeah,
to
we're
Haiti
shipping
to see what's
you.
really going on."
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So they shipped me back to Haiti. So when I went back there, like back and forth and shit, like I would see shit that I didn't see that's in America. So I'm like, yo, damn. But certain things I've seen there, like
Hmm.
I I've seen things like whoever like was born in America or not just America, just born in who's not around that. You would never understand. Like I told people certain things and they wouldn't even believe me, think I'm just like bullshit.
Correct.
But like we're calling it
Yeah.
Lugau. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Correct.
saying?
Correct.
So Lugau, I'm gonna explain to them. Lugau is for the like they call it now, I guess skinwalkers.
Correct.
Mhm.
That's what they call it. That's what they call it
Yeah.
now. But it's I've experienced
Yeah.
that. And saying we've
Correct.
seen shit like that.
You know what's so
They call
crazy,
it
Frank?
skinwalkers.
And
They're not
and
calling it
Yeah.
skinwalkers now, guys. Skinwalkers is an American Indian term, and that's why they're calling it skinwalkers because it was
cause in
popularized from the lore of American Indian culture.
correct.
And but every culture has some version of an entity that pretends to be like humans to
Hmm.
abduct or snatch or do
Correct.
something, sinister, but
Hmm.
that's found in every single culture. Like the ring wasn't something that someone just made up. That was a cultural thing over there
Yep.
about, because there's a lot of ghost stories over there,
Yeah.
right? So we find that in the culture that there's certain lores and that are like universal.
Hmm.
Like
Correct.
everybody in every culture, you can go through Africa, they have a version of a skinwalker.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
because in the New Orleans, they call it
Right.
Rougarou with a R, but us Haitians in Haiti, we say Lou with a L, but it's the same thing. It's a half man, half beast animal. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So New
Yeah,
Orleans
and
is.
if you talk to
Or
people throughout the deeper South, especially black people, they'll tell you things about different cryptids that supposedly live in the woods.
Hmm. Correct. Correct. You're right.
or they're also like they're like a being could disguise himself as a cat, as a dog, as a
Yeah,
leaf,
shapeshift. They
and
shapeshift.
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
right. Right. You could say shape, I guess shapeshift, but like
Mhm.
for example, right? If a person will allow, like they would just do a certain thing to make you see them as just a
Yeah.
leaf. So when you walk by, you yourself, like they do, like whatever they do to make you see them as a leaf, and only you see them as that. So you would never think it's a person. So and their being, they are like a being. They are like a physical human being,
Mhm.
but to your eyes, you only see them as a leaf unless like you know that they're like what they are. You are they're the Lugau or whatever they say in English.
Mhm.
If you uh approach it and do what you need to do, then it's supposed to change into like an actual being.
Yeah.
So that's that's another thing. Like, and again, and that's all in spirituality, because like they call into spirits to help them, and there's good spirits and bad spirits to everything. I'm saying there's good and bad in everything in life. There's good people, there's bad people. There's good cars, there's bad cars. There's good drinks, there's bad drinks. There's good water, bad. There's good to everything in life. So when people say voodoo and people are like, "Oh my God, you practice voodoo in it?" Like, first of all, that's the original like spirituality in life for all of us black people. They're
Mhm.
saying to call them to spirits, our ancestors and everything. That's the original before they started separating us by Christianity and uh, Buddhism and this and that. Before all of that,
Yeah,
Mhm.
Catholic,
right
Catholic, all of that.
now
Right.
everybody, right now everybody's separated. Oh my God, you dating somebody who's Muslim? But do we not all believe in
Right.
higher power?
Right.
I'm saying like,
Mhm.
but to say so like.
Mhm.
Voodoo. Everybody, oh my God, voodoo. You're scared. Nah, it's calling on to spirits. Like to this is what we do. Like when you drink water, there's some people who prey upon their water. Like you call into spirits to bless your water, and people don't even know that. They just open a bottle of water and drink, 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 drink. And you know what I'm saying? There's
Mhm.
the thing that we do where we pour water before we drink. Like I've done that one time at a party, and somebody felt some type of way and started like they didn't even know what I was doing, but dog. I'm in my environment. I'm there
You know,
alone.
some of
I
that,
had to.
Frank, I agree. Some of it, I believe, in spirituality. Other parts are things that we weren't taught about, you know, that exist, that are very scientific and testable and provable. You know, one of those things is that water is what they call the memory molecule, right? It has very, very
Mhm.
particular molecular process that it undergoes in which it can retain information.
Mhm.
Human,
Information,
your
correct.
Right.
human
Absolutely.
aura, the
Absolutely.
energy that you give off on an EKG, right? Because they're
Right.
basically looking at your electromagnetic field when they
Mhm.
hook you up to that. Extends almost 6 feet off of your body. So when you
Right.
set an intention towards something with your thought, which is energy, which travels 100 times faster than light, you can affect that,
Mhm.
especially water. And they've conducted studies on water where they took water and they put rice in water jars. One water jar they was
Right.
neutral, one was they put love on it, and the other they put hate on it.
Yep.
And
Right.
they yelled at the water
This put this.
for the one that was full of hate.
Right.
And they showed love and
Right.
they played good music. They played, distorted music and people arguments. They played like loud arguments around it. And then the other water they just
Right.
left alone. And they found that.
Or
Yep.
they put scientific into it.
Right. And what did they find? They found that the water that didn't, it fermented into a smell of like jasmine, while the other
Mhm.
one developed black
Right.
mold. And you see what I'm saying? So we have more of an
Correct.
effect on
Yeah.
our world than they ever want us to know because they have to convince us that our world is outside of us because that takes the control away from you, and
Facts.
leave your destiny
Yeah.
in the hands of something that is out of your control. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I know a lot what you're saying, Frank, is 100% true, right? And
Hmm.
there's also another aspect where spirituality is being doused over things that aren't spiritual, right? They
Mhm.
have to do with the
Correct.
human condition that that is
Right.
neurological, or just saying your mind.
Or
Yep.
science. You think? You hear me? Or
Uh,
science.
mhm.
I don't know if you heard me.
No, I didn't hear what you were saying. I thought you was about to speak, so I was being quiet. I want to hear your thoughts.
Oh no, no, no. I was saying or science. You said the human being, or you said I'm saying is it or science? Is either spirits
No, or mind.
uh,
What
Yes, and
Mhm.
it's science
what I'm
involved. It's
saying is
science
or
involved.
mind
No, he
or
and
was
mind
saying
is
your
currently
mind.
being studied by science. And the science that in
So,
particularly
okay,
is studying the mind is neuroscience.
okay,
Because all the neurons in your brain, on your body, which extend out through your skin, is in the fatty tissues of your skin, go are being read by your two brains. You have two brains. Your stomach is
Right.
so complicated that it has an entire
Right.
second set of neurons that deal with just that.
Mm.
And
Right.
now you have to remember that that heart and stomach is tied in through the heart. You understand? The heart is the central
Right.
piece of that. Now, when the heart is out of rhythm or the heart is in survival, then guess what?
Mm.
Your neurons are in survival. And how do our neurons interact with us? Through chemicals.
Yeah.
You see why they use chemicals against us? They're trying to neurologically reprogram us through reverse engineering,
Correct.
Mhm.
That's a
right?
fact.
But you could change your
Yeah, I
chemical
got. I got.
compound by changing your what? Neurology, because the things you experience from your your neurological part gets processed into a chemical.
Obviously.
That's how you remember stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's neurons firing the chemicals that it created to store that memory in, and it gets put in something called a key code. And now every cell in your entire body will receive this key code. On the outside of every cell is something called a cell membrane wall. There's a keyhole on every cell membrane wall to receive this. And your neurons say when to pump all those chemicals. That's why when somebody is angry, they're not just thinking they're angry, they feel they're angry because the chemical that the body has stored for that type of experience and emotion is now been set into every cell in the body.
Correct. Distributed.
You see
Yep.
what I'm saying? And then some of us don't understand
Right.
that we have something called self talk. It's a very natural thing. We all have that voice in our head, it's a part of the mind, right?
Mm.
And when we practice what they call multitasking, which the human brain cannot do, you can look this up. This is a fact. You cannot multitask. You can tell me you can all day, but I'm going to tell you what every damn scientist says in the world. You are task switching.
Right.
You're learning to,
To tap switching?
you're task switching. You're jumping from one thing to
Switching.
another.
Okay.
You never give one
Okay.
thing your full
Attention.
attention.
Mm.
And
Mm.
now you're
Right.
teaching your mind to divide itself and never focus. And this is why so many people are saying they have ADHD. You don't have ADHD. You have split your
Right.
focus and attention. You don't need more patience.
Right.
You need to learn how to focus.
That be hard sometimes, because even my thoughts have thoughts sometimes. I be trying to shut them shits off. Like,
And there's our number one issue. Our mind, we've been taught. Somebody I heard one. I don't know who mentioned it, but they were saying that our willpower and stuff like that, our drive, is in the spirit or something. I have to tell you now that is not your. Let's look at your mind and say 100% of your mind, right?
mm,
100% of your mind is is the conscious and the subconscious and your primitive mind, the mind that was formed when you first was born, right?
mm,
Now, of that mind, 88% of the processes, some scientists have shown that 95. There's even theories that 100% of your shit is unconscious, but the general consensus is that 88% of your happenings is unconscious. 12% of what you think you're in control of, your willpower, your drive, your reasoning, your logic, 12% of everything going on. You tell me how you're supposed to use 12% to change 88. This is why
That's a
everybody
fact.
hits a wall with a lot of these people. What hit walls with reaching their goals, right? They don't do it.
mm,
And what if you ever worked out in your life, negative self talk because the body is in survival. Your mind has something called homeostasis, just like your body does. Your body wants to
mm,
keep everything the same, right? It regulates your heart. It regulates everything. You're not in control of that, right? But it's happening. Your mind wants to do the same thing. It wants homeostasis. So if you got comfortable or familiar with suffering, being poor, being in bad relationships, and you figured out how to survive that and you got safe in it, then the mind goes, this is where our limit is. This is where we belong. So when you consciously go, I don't want this anymore, I'm ready to change, and you start doing things, you think you're telling yourself what to do, but you have to bypass a goddamn filter that's been put in your head to keep you safe as a person that was developed by the time you was 8 years old. And that shows that all that is in there now. And now things just can't go in. And if it's don't add up to what is, then the mind's gonna be like, hell no. And we've all, as far as Frank and Maybach, I know y'all both worked out at one point in your life. Phase one, first day, we work out. Next morning, sore as hell. Every
Mhm.
single muscle hurts. That's the body telling you, we don't need to do this. We got to conserve our energy.
Facts.
Right.
Then what's phase two? Negative self-talk. Yo, I've been at this for a minute. Oh man, I don't know if it's really working. Right? You keep pushing. Phase three, it gets ugly. Yo, I'm looking at myself, no transformation, bro. This is a waste of time. I need to just quit. But you say, nah, I'm not gonna quit. You push through. What happens? Body gets the message, says, okay, he's serious. Stop saving all that sugar, right? Stop saving all those extra things, pumps more cortisol into the body and starts leaning up. Next thing you know, boom, you going, oh, I see it, I feel it. Because the body don't want to change. And if you got being a certain way into your body and you trying to just use your conscious mind, it's gonna fight back.
Mhm.
It's gonna fight back. So people confuse sometimes negative self-talk with demons. Like you don't have a demon. You have a negative affliction to your survival that you're not aware of. And you got something in your head about survival, right? You got something in your head about survival that's making you think, right? That, if I get better, right? I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what that's like because the brain only knows two things. It's only has familiars or the known and the unknown. The unknown is anything that it doesn't know how it's going to play out. It doesn't know what's going to happen. You see what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with feeling better. So an unknown could be I got dumped. I went into my room, rolled a blunt, turned on a video game. My peoples was on there. He made me feel better. You see where I'm going? So now that's the norm. And anything you do at that point to try to change that is going situation going to happen. Something's going weird pop up, and you're going to find yourself sitting back there doing that thing again until you overcome the homeostasis of your own psychology. And that's by changing the pattern. That's what I mean by some of it
The devil.
is spiritual. Yes, there are spirits. There are people that get possessed. You know what I mean? But
I
no,
was going
alcohol
there.
is not all like spirits. It's in a bottle. What it does is alcohol lowers the inhibition. Let me tell you, there's two type of people in this. Well, there's three. There's three type of people in this world. There's what they call emotionals, physicals, and intellectuals. And I'm gonna let you know, emotionals are people, okay, that learned from inferential when they were growing up. When their parents told them to do something, they talked back, they got into, you see what I'm saying? Parents say, okay, well, you got this amount of time, but I want it done. They learn this bargaining room. They don't take what you say literally. They always are trying to find something behind it. There are physical people. They grew up with parents that said, do your homework, and they had to just do their homework. They take things in literally. And then there's intellectuals, which are high emotional people. These are people that had to develop a guard to themselves. So you can't tell them anything. Everything has to come from them because that's how they take the world in. Now, you give somebody who's emotional liquor. This is somebody who don't tell you how they feel. They got a lot of things they don't express, right? And this is some things that they might do that might make other people uncomfortable, so they never share it. Now you give them something that enables the brain to keep the guard up and just let the floodgates in. You don't know what you're going to get from a person.
Toya, does that tie
Nobody's who
back
you
into
see.
your
I'm
stuff?
not who you see. There's more to me than me talking on here. All produce a
No, that's a
mass
fact.
to the world. Listen, we have something called body syndromes, right? The right side of our body, it represents our father. The left side of our body represents our mother. When you find people who have a lot of illnesses on the right side of their body, you talk to them. Watch how many issues they have with their father or the male figure in their life, right?
That's what I
When
was.
you This is all facts. When you bloated, this has a stomach and you can't get your stomach to go down. This isn't about you not being able to work out and keep a healthy. No, this becomes a protection because of bad relationships. right? And guess what? A lot of people will develop weight because it subconsciously protects them from getting into another bad relationship.
So how does that roll into with the spirits?
It all rolls into spirits because
I think he's
sometimes
trying
we
to.
confuse our activities as if spirits are involved in it, or this is a spiritual acquaintance, and it isn't. It's more of a mind acquaintance to our subconscious or unconscious mind. Now, when it comes to spirits, I see a spirit as an energetic formulation of of information of an identity. A spirit, this is why you see spirits of people, goats, right? That's a particular person, right? But the soul is the awareness. It has no identity, which it houses
Mm-hmm.
all of the lifetimes. And that way you get to come in here and experience being that person without ever being that person.
Mm.
So that's my
Okay.
opinion of a spirit. It's just my opinion from my research that
Mm-hmm.
the difference is one is clearly the identity of a lifetime of a person in an energetic form. You call it spirit. You have a spirit as Peach to walk around and live this life, correct? That's the energy that's flowing through you. That energy has an identity. That identity is information.
So, do you think that energy continues after the physical is gone?
I don't think that to the soul or the soul, energy is even a real thing. That's a concept. Energy never told us I'm energy. This is what I
Mm-hmm.
do.
It never
You see
told
what?
us, but if it never told us, who is to say it is what it is, or it is what
We
it
are.
isn't?
We
Right.
are. Who says what is and
Yeah,
isn't here on this earth anyway? Have you seen any real higher power shooting out of the clouds or opening up any kind of portal before all mankind and saying these are my rules?
not at all. But so that goes to say this is why we have beliefs. Well, certain of us have beliefs, and to have a belief in something is not to say that it's a fact, nor is it the opposite,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't
Well,
know. Maybe
here's the thing, how we know if belief isn't a fact. Here you go. Can you believe something you know?
I wouldn't say it's a belief at that point. It's something that you know.
Right.
Eh, eh, Yeah, because
So
I,
what
I
is a
wouldn't think
belief?
if
What
you
is
believe in
if
something. Okay,
and
go
you
ahead.
don't know? If you believe in something you don't know, you
That's a
conceptualize
fact.
it, but you don't know.
That yes, that is fact.
Right. This
Understand?
is why we're all living our life from a map of reality and not in reality. You see, to perceive the world, you do three things: you distort, you delete, and you generalize. Now, when you're upset, your distortion is everything around you is going to fit the mode of being upset. You will view people in a certain way, and it won't matter how they try to rationalize with you or be happy because you are distorting what you're seeing. Then you'll delete any information that counters that. All stuff around you that might show you it's actually a beautiful day and there is no reason to be upset. You'll delete that. Then you will generalize. You'll say everyone is an asshole. There are no good drivers on the road. What's wrong with everyone? And this is why you get to be a person. If you didn't do those three things, you'd be drifting and floating and becoming multiple things all the time.
Mm.
All right, y'all. That was a
So
Oh,
good
everything
too.
conversation,
just
guys.
is.
He
Okay.
said too much.
Just is. It just is.
Now I understand, Tyler. I understand, Tyler. For real, I dig
Yeah.
it.
I'm not disagreeing with
Yeah.
spirituality. I'm just saying,
Right.
as spiritual beings, we are mental beings. All you saying when you spiritual is that you mental. Can you see your mind?
What? Let me ask you this. Well, can you see your mind? Yeah, can you see?
You can't
No.
see your
Close
Hmm.
your
mind, but
eyes
you
and
know
tell
it's
me where the
there.
boundary is.
And
Well, when you do close your eyes, though, what are you seeing? When you see you do see something. There's no way that you cannot see nothing when you close your eyes. What is that? What is it that you're seeing, though?
You're
It looks
seeing
it looks as
Go ahead. I'm sorry, I
But
didn't
it
mean to
looks
cut you
as
off.
if it look as if it is a universe. Like you see the movements. You know, you see something.
You see the
What
universe.
is
You
that
see
you see?
everything. That's you. You are perceiving everything. Let me tell you something.
Why,
Your eyes
why isn't the
don't
universe your
see.
kind?
Your eyes
Go
don't
on.
see.
Right,
Your your
right,
eyes
right.
don't
Absolutely.
see. Your ears don't hear. You understand that, right? Meaning
Right.
you take in sound, but it's just sound. Your mind, the you, makes that sound into something. Your imagination, ability to conceive, is the whole world around you. And you can only experience that which you are currently aware of.
So Pierce, we got some comments. What they saying? I cannot
Wait
even
a
see
minute,
them.
they're just
Yeah.
listening. But so
Oh, they're just
basically, in layman's terms,
Mhm.
people probably trying to
You
figure
got
out
people.
where does all of this stuff occur because of the topic. What Talib is basically saying is in your soul, that piece that's your mind, your functioning, and all of that other stuff. What he's talking about is occurring there. He took you through your body, then he took you to your soul and how that works and how it functions with your body.
is that right?
Long length.
Think of your soul as your unconscious mind.
Yeah, it's your right. Like I told you, it's just the way you think. It's the way you process shit.
It's
So
putting out the
Right.
world in front of you without
Right.
you being aware of it.
it,
It's producing every
so let's
experience you have based on the data you're taking in and how you're emotionally resonating with it.
so
Because your
let's
mind
question
don't
this.
know English. Your mind don't know
Is your
English.
soul
It knows
separate?
symbols. I'm sorry, brother. Please, Frank. I didn't mean to cut you off, man. I love what you
Now
say. So
you go
please
back.
get it in, man.
Is your a partner, but is your soul separate from your spirit? And if so, what is back to what we're
Yes.
speaking, your spirit versus your soul?
Yeah, yes. So your
The thing
soul
that
to me
separates
is
your soul
separate.
from your spirit, and first of all, there's no separation. It's all oneness. There's everything is just one. There's only one field of oneness. What makes you believe there's something else is a me. See, you develop something called a
Me, I
me.
can say,
Okay. Me
okay.
says what? Me means I'm separate from what? Everything else. So you get in your head that I'm a drop from the ocean. Now,
Mhm.
this is separate from the ocean, but you're not. You are the ocean experiencing itself as a drop.
I don't agree that the soul and the
So yeah,
spirit
you
is the
express, but
same.
I
What I'm saying is, I didn't say it was the same. They serve two different purposes.
They
Think
got
of the
right.
spirit as a port of the everything being corded off
Right.
into the
That's
shape you call
right.
you. That's
Right.
the spirit. It's
That's the
limited in its
spirit.
information because it only knows the information from a perspective you call me.
So, which
I.
is your soul.
Mm.
Right? But the soul is still connected to the whole thing, right? It has no I, it is only aware. If I was to
Mm.
ask you, are you Peach, right? Or are you the one that's aware of the one that's called Peach?
The soul is say, I am Peach. The spirit is say, I am aware that I'm Peach.
Well, the soul would say you're aware that you're Peach because the soul isn't you. The spirit, that's why you say, oh, the spirit is gone in him, or he has spirits in him, because the spirit represents a personality, an archetype.
so isn't the spirit? Isn't this? And I'm only asking you, like, oh, isn't the spirit? It's the spirit is a being, right?
Yeah, it's the being known as you, right? The being known as you. You've lived many lifetimes, right? But in those lifetimes, would you have been Frank? No. And if I was to go in one of those lifetimes and tell you you're Frank, you'd look at me like I was crazy
No,
because you only know being whoever you
well,
was at the time. You see what I'm saying? But you would
I
be
don't.
aware of being whenever I find you.
But is that okay? So the spirit is. I would. I let me word this right. So the spirit isn't spirit knowing that it's a spirit of from a physical being. It's a spirit knowing that it's a being of 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 its naturality, like being just a spirit. Like you can walk into a room
That's
and
hard to explain.
you can feel people's spirits. Like if you walk into, you never walk into, you ever walked into a room and just feel like negativity or positivity? That's like feeling people's spirits. It could be negative spirits in that room. It's
Well,
it,
that's just filling their aura because they might not be in a good mood. Does that mean that's just what their spirit
Like the
is?
aura,
it,
right?
it, I believe
No, it
so.
doesn't.
Their
No.
spirit can, it could be bad
The
spirits.
greater
Absolutely.
part of
Why
you
not?
knows all there is. The spirit doesn't. The spirit knows you. The spirit is trying to figure out spirituality.
But who's not tapped in enough to know
The
that they
soul
can
has
like?
no interest or care. The soul doesn't care if you destroy your whole life. It doesn't matter. Soul doesn't,
Mm.
it
Wait a minute. Why does
processes.
that sound backwards? Why does it
No,
sound? We're saying the same thing, but it
I'm saying
sounds
if you
like it's
divide the
backwards.
spirit and the soul, right?
Right.
What I'm saying is there's only one field of energy. There's only one field of
No, no, no. I
consciousness.
get that. I get that part, but it sounds like we're saying it backwards. Like the soul is what your emotions and all of that shit. The spirit is something different.
Mhm.
No, the soul is what they would call the powerhouse or the operator behind everything.
Right.
The
So it's
spirit
the meat.
would be
So
the
it's not the
player or the life force inhabiting the player.
right. So the spirit is the life force that's breathing you, right? But then the soul is where are your emotions and all of that sit. Because wouldn't your soul have to reincarnate?
The soul's not here attached to any of this. Let me ask you this: where are you when you from behind your eyes? Tell me where you actually sit in your body. Do you know? You have no
No,
clue. You have
no.
no clue because you're
No, I
not
have
here.
no clue.
Because you're not even here.
Okay. But it just sounds
And
backwards to
you will
me.
spend a third of your life not here and just to be here.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is religion and everything else got it backwards.
I'm saying that religion was a colonizational tool that was used to colonize people and to put them into a particular position of social stratification as well as social engineering so that few people could rule over many and have less laws and govern them without having to stand over them.
Okay, we get that part. But to simple it, bring it down simple. Basically, religion got it wrong because again, people are taught the Holy Ghost and this and that and the third. The spirit actually goes, but your soul is something different. So basically, they have it backwards.
I can see where you're coming from with that. I just wouldn't say it's backwards. I would say that it was intentionally given in a certain way to take the individual out of the equation and make sure that there's this willingness to conform to something outside of oneself.
Does
Okay.
anybody really know?
Well, for
Any,
me, I'm gonna be honest. Like I
right.
told you, from my experience, I
It's
can
Mhm.
just
feel.
my personal,
Right.
when it comes,
Your
Yeah.
I'm
personal
about the
experience,
mind.
right?
I can tell you about the mind and the stuff like that's tangible. See, I
Right.
feel like things like this personally, like I never take anything out and whenever anything tries to ask me to simplify it into good, bad, and it's so simple.
No,
You're
this
either this
is.
or that. When I know that life is way more complex than that. We're filled with colors, right? So there's no way you can. That's when I know something is trying to conform me into something. When they ask me through tribalism to pick a side, and the side that I need to pick would be this one over here because it's good.
Mhm.
I'm not on board with that. Plus, these people know all about your psychology, all about your mind, and they chose not to teach you about it. And that's another reason I don't get too far into that stuff because you're not going to get no answer there. Where you're going to get the
Right.
answers that is when you take the time to start understanding that there are faculties happening within you that you could take control of that will radically change your life.
Well, it sounds like we need a part
So
two
let me
because it sounds
so let
like
me
this conversation could go on forever.
it definitely can. So one question before we get
Go
out of here,
ahead.
right? Well,
Right.
salute to Nikki baby. I appreciate that. Um, so in this physical world, is there not a spiritual world? Yay or nay? Who for those who do who for those who like the answer, let me say.
Spiritual world, you mean like heaven? Huh? Is that what
Nah,
you mean?
nah, nah. Just another a realm. Another realm where like there's when I say spirit, meaning that see we only could think of the physical, just a spiritual world where there are beings. The spirit, I think, is a being. It doesn't have to be physical. We look at each other with hair and face and all that. Is there another? Is there spirits amongst us?
Yeah, I feel they are spirits amongst us.
Well,
Anything other than that, I don't know. I don't know.
well, first of all, we only see in a very, very narrow spectrum of light.
How do we see though? Because you can see in many aspects. You can see with your two eyes. Without, if you're blind, and saying to say if you're blind, how
Uh,
else are you to see? And for
I
those who
mean,
with the
even
third
with your
eye,
eyes, well, first of all, your imagination is amazing. And your ability to visualize and imagine and to conceptualize is greater than you realize,
right?
right?
Okay.
And that could actually be done. But I'm saying that we only see in a very, there are gamma rays, there are X rays, there are delta waves, there are radio waves. There's so many spectrums. There's like 20 some odd spectrums to light. And we only see like
And that's
seven,
and that
four, I think it's seven of them tops. And what if spirits exist in one of the realm or the spectrums of light you don't experience? You don't see the radio waves bouncing off of you right now, but they're hitting you. You can't see them because you don't view light in that spectrum. We see things from a very narrow spectrum of light with our physical eyes. So
well, that's
some of these things,
who's not to say? Not to cut you off. Who's not to say what's designed or is is being made for us to see that in that spectrum alone, and not
Um,
beyond.
Frank, I believe there's this. You ask, I'm telling you, it's a spiritual realm,
Mm,
and I do. I mean, I understand what Talib is saying scientifically, but there is
right.
a
Hmm.
spiritual realm.
well, I'm not just saying it
Maybe I just
scientifically.
said it.
I'm saying you
But
can't see a lot
animals,
of things with your eyes. You don't see the wind, right?
you
No,
don't.
you don't.
That's a fact. What? Maybach just said it. Facts. Animals see more than we can, and that's
Hmm.
a fact.
Well, yeah,
I don't know if you ever
insects see more than animals, and that's a fact.
actually, I don't. I haven't studied.
Okay, listen.
Bees can see an
All right, y'all.
ultraviolet spectrum.
Yeah.
Bees see an
Okay.
ultraviolet spectrum, and drones with cameras have used the neurological system of bees. Okay, this is how they made these drone swarms. It was from studying insects. That's literally how they did it. So there are spectrums we can't see. And a spirit or a ghost or any of that obviously is not solid. It's like a photon. A photon is massless. And an aberration would be massless. So the reality is, yes, these things are around us. Do I think it's the world that people try to move with the Harry Potter and all this other nonsensical stuff? I don't. I really don't. Right. I think that we've been taught spiritualism from Hollywood. I think we've been taught magic from Hollywood. And we've been
Right.
taught a lot of things about ourselves from Hollywood.
Let let me ask you one question. Do you believe in astral projection? Is that am I
Astral
saying it correct?
projection is real. I can give you stools and
Okay.
steps to have literal
So
lucid
so so
dreams.
what the was it FBI, if I'm not mistaken, released the information to how to do so, right?
Well, it was the
So
CIA. It was called Operation
CIA.
Stargate, and it was from the Monroe Institute.
So do you not believe that if you astral project that you're not able to connect with uh other spirits and other forms?
I
Because
think it all depends on
it's
your
been
own
proven.
perception, right? Now, think about this. If you get somebody, say, who's an atheist that don't believe in spirits, they might go somewhere where they only see aliens or little robot men or something. I don't know. It's infinite everywhere, right?
I don't know. That that I wouldn't. I don't know. That's I wouldn't. I don't know about that. That I would. I probably have to slightly go against it. As a matter of fact, are you familiar with what is it? What is the drug?
It's called ayahuasca.
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 Ayahuasca. Are,
And
are
it's
you
not
familiar with it?
actually it's not really the drug. Ayahuasca is the bark from the tree that they use
Right,
to
right, right, right,
boil
right.
in the
Not
tea.
drug. Never mentioned drug. But go on. Continue.
Uh,
Ayahuasca is a drug because because the plant that they use, the viridius plant that the psychotropic viridius plant that they use to put in it creates dimethyl tryptamine. This will not be digested by your stomach naturally. It's something your brain produces when you're on the verge of death. Okay.
Yeah, I've done some
So
studies on it, and I don't know.
they put the bark because that bark has this special enzyme in it that shuts down the enzyme in your stomach that'll allow you to digest the plant. And that's how they have the trip. But I can tell you this, they have centers for it down in South America. And everyone who has been treated for heroin has never gone back.
Right.
all right. Could we take a break and look at some of the comments? This has been an awesome show. Is everybody confused because we started out talking about spirits and basically Talib gave you the science behind it. So I don't want anybody to be confused. I see a couple questions. Frank, I really appreciate you coming up. It seems like Frank is like,
Thank you,
so
Frank.
dude, do you believe Frank? It's like Frank is saying, is spirits real or what?
Is
I'm
it
just
real
trying to
or
get to
what?
that.
Right.
But my
Are they
thing is, I just
real?
know. My thing is, I know what I've experienced. I know,
Right.
I know what's what. I'm saying for me, for my experience alone, and then for what everything, whoever else speaks differently, I just want to question it. That I want to learn. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. I
Okay.
just want to learn something else.
All
All
right.
right, then.
Okay.
Thank
So
you.
So is,
chat.
is it real or not? That I'm leaving that up to the open for the chat. You don't have to believe me what I tell you, but I just want to know first, what do
Let's see
you
what the
believe?
chat says. Hey, chat, do y'all believe spirits is real? Or is it a figment of your imagination? Like I told you, spirit for me, spirits are
But
real. I've seen them.
just because someone that has not seen them, does that still make it not real? You know what I'm saying? Just because you haven't
Absolutely.
experienced it
It
doesn't mean
may
it's
not
not
be their
real.
reality or their perception. May
Right.
not be their perception. And then some people may choose like to live, to study and really figure it out, taking a scientific way to. But for me, I have seen spirits. I've been healed by spirits. I've had conversations.
Right.
I've had past lives pop up. So yes.
Again,
Um,
take Talib's words into consideration. That he's definitely said
yes.
a lot. Like,
Yes.
absolutely.
Everybody's going to have their own experience here.
Right. Right.
So whatever you again with the check-in, it's about everybody going inside of yourself and it's about your perception, your reality, and we want you to take everything that you learn here, all the 4 or 5 perspectives that we had, and whatever fits for you, you apply it to you. And
Right.
whatever makes you a better person, makes you a better person. So
Mhm.
in the chat, Frank, we got people saying spirits and ghosts are in most cultures they are real.
Mhm.
Right.
Um
Say most. Mhm.
yeah, so is that
In
you
most
does that
cultures.
answer the question? Yeah, most cultures. Yeah, I think every
When
culture
I
has
say
some
most
type of
That's
spirit.
why I'm
cultures,
like
like
most cultures.
I think,
That makes it.
see, when I say
But
most
okay.
cultures, maybe there are cultures that don't tap
They
into it
don't
or believe in it.
acknowledge it
Or
or
acknowledge.
right.
Boom. There
Yes.
you go. Acknowledge it. Right. Because who knows if you see something moving across the room? Oh yeah, that probably was a wind. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? It could be so like people just think differently based on what your reality or your mentality is on things. Maybe who
Right.
knows?
Right. And if you're an atheist, I would imagine spirits just aren't real for you.
Mm.
Right,
You
right.
can find a scientific way to explain it.
Or maybe, because I don't know what it's like to be an atheist, or maybe atheists believe that spirits are real. They just don't believe in whatever, what they don't believe in. They just think it's all spirits, maybe, right?
Is there any atheists in the building?
Just talking shit.
Do you believe in spirits? Is there an atheist somewhere? Nikki Baby said, "Great show. Beliefs about beliefs.
Thanks,
Spirits
Nikki
depend on the
baby.
individual. There is no right or wrong. Depends on experiences as well."
Yeah, salute Nikki Baby. She's a real one. I was like, yeah, yeah. But I gave y'all my
Okay.
own input.
And
Thank you,
we
Frank.
appreciate you. Thank you, Frank.
Thanks for coming
Most,
up.
most, most definitely, most definitely. I'm out here. Okay, hopefully
Big
next time I'll be
dub.
able to tap in. I had time today.
Okay.
I had time today. Holla. I'm out there. Appreciate y'all,
Thanks.
All
ladies. Right?
right.
Yeah, Talib,
Bye.
salute, man. Good segment, brother.
Yo, salute, Frank. I'm so glad I got a chance to holler at you, brother. Because we
Absolutely,
always in the chat together, man.
absolutely, bro.
He always in the bushes.
Oh
Yeah,
Lord.
wow.
All right, Talib. So, basically, for the people that believe in spirits, how do they reach the spirit? How do they communicate with it? If they believe in it and they can't get to their inner spirit, what kind of meditation or modalities they can try to get to it?
I mean, to get to the inner spirit, or to get to
Yes,
a spirit, or to call
to
a
get to their
the inner
inner
ancestor or
Their
spirit.
inner
something.
spirit.
Their
Their inner
inner
spirit.
spirit.
Oh, the inner spirit. Wow. Wow. Just thinking about that, um, there is a way to do like a guided meditation or something like that, but if it maybe that's not this week, we could save that for the Friday show, if you want, you know
Okay.
uh I love Toya to be there if she want to stop through. I know she don't do, we're blessed with her presence for the time she did, has said we could have with her, but
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank
I
you.
could do something on that day and really go down and, because I could do something in like 3 to 5 minutes, but man, I don't know if you want me to do that. You're gonna be calling me the boogeyman, and oh no, what did you do?
Yeah, we're gonna leave that for Friday.
I
Okay,
can
we'll leave
already
it for
feel
Um
it in
Friday.
Toya. I can see when you said do something. I felt it. I saw the little, idiomotor responses. It was like, oh no, don't do that. Don't get him started on that right now. You can give
Okay.
some
And
no,
advice.
it's
so,
already
what about the
dang.
outer
Nah.
spirits, like ancestral stuff? How do you reach if somebody wanted to
Do
be?
you do
Now,
people really want to
listen.
reach the
Okay, I'll give
like
you a real simple practice. Okay, this is something you can try. Okay. All right. If you just take a moment and maybe step to the side on your own and just look up and put the same amount of attention you would, like, say, somebody giving you their phone number, you know how much focus you would use to write down a phone number? It's just about the same amount of attention. And you're just going to look up and you're going to say, I'm calling to you, my spirit guides, my ancestors, right?
hmm
I'm reaching out right now. I need either your help, right? Or I would like a sign. So give me a sign to let me know you can hear me. And you look up and you do that with serious intent and you tell me what happened. Now I've had things happen and I'm like, okay, you know and sure, we could explain it away, but I'm gonna tell you like this: the spirit world is real. If you were born or indoctrinated into that cultural understanding,
hmm
then you can understand that, right? But if you wasn't, I can understand why you can't. The beautiful thing about my belief, it doesn't require you to believe it. You know what I mean? So you could
Right.
try that. Just look up and you say, my spirit guides, my ancestors, you know it might be a relative,
I've done that.
right? But you
No,
got to look up, and you got to look up with the intent, right? And then at the end of it, thank them. Be grateful
I
and thank them, and just and leave it alone, and they will give you a sign. And that sign will be significant to you because either you're going to tell them what kind of sign you need to see, or you're going to leave it up to them to pick the sign for you. But you'll know it when it happens for you.
right. Right.
Wow. What you do,
All
Toya? You
right.
said you look up
I've
and
done.
say,
No, I have not. I didn't look up and speak to my ancestors, but I do ask my ancestors for guidance and stuff like that. I do that. Mhm.
Yeah,
"Wow,
and you can try breathing. First of all, if you want to do this, you might want to first do some box breathing and then and whenever you want to call on your ancestors or deal with spiritual stuff, You should first do some deep breathing and activate that sympathetic nervous system so you can be in the right receiving state to transmit what you're trying to transmit. And box
Mhm.
breathing simply means taking 4 deep breaths in, holding it for 4 seconds, and then breathing out for 4 seconds. And then waiting for 4 seconds and breathing in for 4 seconds and breathing out for 4 seconds. And you do that 3 times. And you'll feel your body just woo, go all the way down. And now when you sit down and you close your eyes and you look up, you're gonna be in the right transmission.
Who's
Flying
breathing now? Who
Guillotine
else is
said,
breathing with me?
Flying Guillotine said, would you have to be receptive to spirits? Basically, a
I
person
believe
like
so.
me. Do you have to be
I
like
believe so.
me to
You have to be
call
open
on a
in
spirit?
some type of way in order to, and you have to be able to believe it too. I guess.
Well,
I,
if you're not receptive to it, meaning you don't believe it, or
you
then
have
you're
to
going
believe
to
it.
already be assuming that it doesn't work. But
Right.
if you
You have to
don't
believe it.
sure and you would like to find out, if you attempt to do it with an open mind,
Mhm.
then I think you'll get a different result.
Mm.
I don't know what it's like not to live not knowing. I don't know how it is to live like that. So, but just to share, I like what you said to live, and a lot of times I never was taught how to talk to the ancestors, but I do, and it comes out exactly what you said. I'll ask for something very specific. Like if I'm looking for protection, I'll call on my grandfather and I ask for his strength and protection.
Mhm.
I don't ask for a sign, but I know it works
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
I'll see it in my life. It'll actually occur in my
Mhm.
life.
Mm,
Yeah, I don't ask
yeah.
for signs or
Or
anything.
I feel the
Yeah.
energy. I can feel the
Mhm.
protective, that energy
Right.
as if he was with me, you
Mhm.
know,
Like a
Well, the
covering.
that
sign is for
Mhm.
strength.
people that may not know, or may be like, what can I do to see if this works? Right. So one way to make sure to see if it works is to see if there's a sign. Ask for a sign, something specific to them that would indicate to them that it couldn't have shown up any other way.
Mhm.
That's why. But if you already know, then you can begin to get more specific.
Mhm.
So did y'all hear that? If you already spiritually in tune,
Then
acts in
try
your
this
way.
method. You could try it. Say you might look up and ask for more energy, right? You might pause and ask for less traffic, right? There's a litany of things you could actually, when you start thinking about it, start asking for that would show you.
Act for
All
small
right.
things. Like if you need help with cooking, call on your grandma. Because some of y'all
Oh,
can't cook. Call on your
you gotta
grandma,
get
ask
them
for the spirit of your
arms.
grandma to
Like
come in there and
grandma,
help
give
you
me them slappy
make
arms.
the food. Spirit of grandmom, come and help me make this Thanksgiving because I don't know if it's gonna work out right. And that
Hmm.
spirit to come right on in that kitchen with you. You be making stuff and don't even remember the
Okay,
recipes or nothing.
baby. Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
So this was our show. I'm glad Talib is on here on Friday. The check-in. We are expanding our reach. We're going to stream on Fridays at 8 p.m. ish. It's going to be myself and Talib, and we're going to be talking about various different topics. Toya says she is not joining us because she got other ish to do. But I'm sure she'll jump inside the comment section and have stuff to say. Dad to
Mhm.
live. I'm trying to find the topic. How did I forget the topic that damn quick? Oh, the topic for Friday is F your type.
Oh yeah, if
That's
you're
it.
tight.
F your type.
Mhm. Right.
Because sometimes we can have these long list of things we want in a person, in a partner. And that's not
Mm.
necessarily what you're going to get. And
That's
hopefully
true.
Talib could tell us why people actually their your brain function like that. Why do we create these long lists? And this person
Mm.
may not even be the right person for you. So
Mm.
join us Friday at 8 p.m. ish. We're going to be talking about F your type. I
Mm.
will have a special co-host for the night. Tim is going to be up there. He's going to discuss his type. We do have at the end of the show some surprising information that's going to have you thinking broadly about types and attraction and stuff like that at the end of the show. And of course, we're going to have Talib come and clean it up and have a great conversation and tell you why. Talib, you're going to be able to tell them why you have a type, right? Why this is happening.
Do you have a type? Do you have a list, y'all? That y'all have like the type of person that you want to date or whatever? Do you have that?
Wait a minute. Let
You
Talib
ever
speak.
created it?
Talib, why? You got the you know why people do this mentally? You gonna be able to tell us Friday why we do that, why we have this list?
I believe I will be able to shed some light on it.
Okay.
Mm,
Cool. Cool. Yeah.
wow.
It's gonna be
That's
interesting.
interesting.
Yeah. So join us Friday at 8 p.m. ish. We're gonna get
Okay.
deep. Now, when you come, there's gonna be the check-in peach edition, right? I want everybody to come in. Take your shoes off, get comfortable. We're going to get real rugged and raw. It's going to be a safe
Okay.
space. Everybody, come in as your authentic self and be ready to talk. It's the space for that. You know me. I'm no holds barred on Friday. I'm kind of conservative here with Toya, but no holds barred on Friday. We going
Ooh.
in. We going in. So if you got to get the
Okay, to
cussing
check
and the
in.
whatever's going in with you, and no, that's not the reason. Well, we want you to bring that fire too.
Oh.
So it's going to be a really good show on Friday. So please join us. Also join Toya and us for Sunday, 7:30 p.m. ish. Toya, what are we talking about next week? And you
I
said
don't know.
parenting, right? Parenting,
Co-parenting or something like that. Co-parenting.
co-parenting. To live, we talk about co-parenting on Sunday. So I'm sure you got something to say about that too.
I guess.
Do
All
you
right.
co-parent? All
uh,
right.
I'm actually about to get ready. I got my son's birthday is today, so we're about to go out with him.
Oh,
Oh,
yay.
okay.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday. All right. So that concludes our show. Frank said I definitely can tap in because my life, sheesh. Frank said it was a great segment. Thank you guys.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Frank.
We hope you
Thanks,
enjoyed the
everybody.
check-in. Thank everybody. I thank you to everybody that joined us.
Thank you. Yes.
Again, when you step in and you come into the check-in, it's never about myself, Toya, to live or anybody that comes on. It's about you, what you take from it, what makes you a better person. Tonight, great topic, Toya, spirits. Everybody probably walked away with a whole mind full of things. I have my
Right.
way of viewing it. I know my
Yes.
experience. You know your
Mhm.
experience.
Right.
Talib knows his. Everybody knows theirs. What's
Everybody know.
most
Right.
important that you are a better person. And if these
Right.
spirits are positive in your life, please keep them there because we need you positive. All right. Well, with that being
We
said, Toya, do you
appreciate y'all
have?
checking in. That's
Yeah,
all I gotta
y'all have
say.
a good night. See y'all on
Have a
Friday
good
for the
night,
Peach
y'all.
Edition. Good night.
It's the check in.